And we are recording.
All right. When last we left off, the Wolf Pack, after an unexpected derailing of plans involving the kidnapping of a Courton noble, have now come face to face with one of the most dangerous men in the Empire, Vandrin, also known as the Blade, and the man responsible for the murder of the twins' mother. After a few disconcerting conversation points, the Blade departed the manor, leaving the corpse of their target and two Imperial light blades for the party to contend with. Managing to defeat the armored behemoths and escape, the party regrouped in the market and formed a plan of escape from the city. Finn departed to meet with the Prince of Waves, while the rest accepted an offer to enter the governor's mansion after being notified of his desire to meet with them. Once there, they were taken down into a basement and left with two corpses, one being the fallen Baron Brendish, and the other being Mollyhawk, who proved to be alive and fully in control of Corda, following the death of Legate Zashan. In appreciation for their efforts and relayed intelligence, Molly gifted them with a stone capable of summoning him for aid at least once, and a wand they used to identify several magic items. Further, after some debate, he offered to teleport them to the city of Yord, the closest he had ever been to their destination of Elvenon. During the night, however, Finn was given another vision by his patron and allowed to spy on a secret meeting of the Black Blades, with Vandrin going over recent plans and developments. After witnessing some turmoil between the Wolf and the Flame, Finn learned of a connection between the Black Blade known as Narret and someone referred to only as Stormraven, before Vandrin severed the connection between them. With this new development, Finn convinced the party to change course, having Molly teleport them to the industrial city of Hilltown in the heart of the Empire. They awoke in a dingy hovel to the smells of shit and industry, signaling their arrival at the famed agricultural capital. And that is where we're picking up. You guys have just stepped outside of your little building, and for reference, you are out here well away from the city or the city proper, in this little hut surrounded by farm fields, but very much within radius of the smell and sound of the majestic hilltop metropolis known as Hilltown. Finn, it is a very, very familiar sight for you, especially the smells and constant smokestacks coming from multiple parts of the city. The rest of you are kind of, you've never really seen Hilltown. You've heard of it and heard about how big it is. And you guys did just spend a good amount of time in Corda, which is a very big provincial capital. But it dwarfs Hilltown. All of Corda could easily fit within most of the city walls of Hilltown itself, leaving quite a bit more on the outside edges of Hilltown to just dwarf most cities here in the Empire. So it's a little alarming that many people live in one spot. Makes you feel a little bit small as you look at it, even at this distance. But you're very familiar with the smells of city, much amplified by the size of the city. But you are now standing in a field outside of it. Wolfpack, what would you like to do?
I didn't think I was actually going to miss this place, but I kind of did.
Oh, smells really good.
Oh, Corda fucking smelled nice. The whole place smelled like a fucking dock. It smelled like dead fish. And that swamp smelled like fucking dog ass the whole time. Every place has a smell, dude. It's like we have fucking showers and deodorant, dude. We fucking smell like shit ourselves. When's the last time you bathed?
Speak for yourself. I fucking take a bath every day.
I fucking take a bath every day.
I take a rag and I just, throw some water on it. Hell yeah.
A little PTA bath.
Wow.
That's right.
What are we doing here?
We're going to go fucking slowly and meticulously murder my fucking douchebag asshole of a fucking foster brother.
That's right, let's go. Let's go do that right now.
I mean, I probably can't do it right now. I'm assuming if he's rolling with the fucking black blades, we can't just go kick a door in and kick the shit out of him. Plus, last time I heard, he was supposed to be fucking dead. Oh no, there's a fucking conversation I need to have with a certain shifty little fucking pick monkey, wherein we will determine exactly why I was led to believe that piece of shit was dead.
All right, so where do you suggest we go to first? Do you think we're going to be here long enough that we should set up shop somewhere?
I mean, we need to find a place to fucking hide out. Also, probably shouldn't call me by my name around here, just in case. Refer to me as Ferris Bueller for the rest of the time in Hilltown.
Ferris?
Did you say Ferris?
Ferris Bueller.
Okay. Is that a name of somebody that you knew from the past?
I don't know, it just seems like a fucking cool name to have, so I'm gonna roll with it.
Do you want me to like
Okay.
refer to you by your first name more or your last name more? Like
Either one.
Bueller.
Yeah, I mean,
Bueller.
if you really need to get my attention, just like in a real monotone voice, just say Bueller. Bueller.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Bueller.
All right,
Anyone?
We're really
that's
going
good.
there?
That's good.
Okay.
This is
a good
this
signal.
is super. Yeah, I like it. I didn't know you were so creative.
Well, it helps that I'm fairly certain partially insane, so I got that going
Alright.
for me.
Okay. All right, what are we gonna do, guys? Set up shop somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this dude find this fucking good spot. I need to, we need to get into town, and I need to track down what I'm sure he fucking renamed it, that piece of shit, but fucking my dad's old fence shop, and like I said, I need to talk to that fucking dude about why I thought a certain piece of shit was dead when he so
Who is
clearly
this?
is not.
Yeah, who is this you're talking about?
His name's fucking Fitzy. He's this shitty little dwarf that worked with my dad and then took the shop over when he got murdered. And then when I crawled out of the well, I went back to town. The Storm Raven's fucking spot had been burned down. And he's the one that told me that my fucking shithead foster brother had pissed off the Thieves Guilds and it had gotten burned. So I thought he was dead. Turns out he's
Fucking hate
not.
dwarves. Okay.
Oh, you should probably fucking keep that shit to yourself because there's a dickload of them in this town.
Yeah, and DM, I've
A
never been
dickload of
here,
dwarves.
right?
No, you have never. You're more of a West Coast kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that's great.
Yep. So you don't have a whole lot of information. I mean, you're not a moron, so you've heard rumors and
Sure.
stories about Hilltown, and you're aware that this place is fucking huge. And
Yeah.
just about every race in the Empire, be they not inhuman or not, exists in some form here. You wouldn't really know a whole lot about the history. That seems to be more Finn's realm.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like I couldn't teach a fucking class on like,
No,
the
but
city
I mean,
was founded in this year. Like, no,
But
I
you
can
grew
tell
up.
you
But
like
yeah, you
which
grew up in this place. You're
I
aware
can
that,
tell you
there's
which
a
street
literal
vendors serve
dickload of
rats.
Uh-huh.
You would know, Finn, because you've been around this place long enough. Not only is there a dickload of dwarves, there's a dickload of dwarven architecture, and probably both are because this used to be a dwarven city.
Oh,
So
100%. Yeah.
yeah, I mean you're fully aware that there's a very good reason that the dwarves are here. They outlasted humans long before the humans ever showed up. So
Yep.
All
They
right,
don't breed.
so-
They don't breed as fast, so they lose. All right, yeah. So we got to get to Ash Alley. I'm assuming it's
All right.
still called Ash Alley. So
Let's throw our hoods on, go to Ash Alley, and I think that we should find lodging for at least the night. I mean, obviously, right? Or are you wanting to find the fence first and see if we got somewhere where we can lay low?
yeah, no, I'm 100% like this dude's gonna find a spot for us to fucking post up because I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't been in the
Let's do
city
that
for a
then.
while. Like I don't know where it's safe.
Yeah, gotcha.
And like
Okay.
you step on the wrong toes here, like I said, you get fed to the fucking pigs.
All right. Let's go. You guys want to go?
So
Lead the way.
Finn, yeah, you're leading the way to Ash Alley.
yep.
Okay. So, with that, you guys step onto the main eastern road out of town, heading towards the east end of the city. You guys start noticing as you make your way, closer and closer, the smell doesn't really seem to get worse. It just kind of permeates this whole area, so at least there's that. There does seem a little bit more of a haze in general, just because a lot of the pollution of the cities, foundry districts, just kind of hangs around. More importantly, though,
Yeah.
you're starting to realize why this place is called Hilltown. Almost every major section of built or municipal blocks, things like that, seems to be built up on a hill slope of some kind. Main roads and thoroughways or everything are typically in the base, like on the ground level of everything, maneuvering between the hills. But pretty much everything on this is slanted in some way on a slope. It very much lives up to its name. You start making your way closer to the town or the city, and you start getting a sense of just how big these giant walls are. And Finn, you're very well aware of the sizes, having to sneak around and through them sometimes. But it starts to dawn on you guys. These walls around the city, they're clearly a couple 100 feet high.
Wow.
And
Okay.
thick. As you guys finally make your way through East End, following most Finn's path through the city into one of the main gates there, it takes you a good amount of time to walk through the gate itself. The gate, like the walls themselves, at least around the gates, seem to be close to 20 feet thick at any given point. So these are walls that, if you're thinking about it from like a military standpoint, they're not getting broken anytime soon.
Fucking
Dude,
definitely,
fuck no.
definitely dwarf
Also, just a heads up,
territory.
there's a fucking ton of Imperials around here, and the greenbacks do not fuck around. Like, those dudes are no fucking joke. Those are they're officially they're the boarding lancers, but everybody mostly just calls them greenbacks.
Yep, and you guys do see a few of them standing guard at the main gate as you enter into the city proper. He's not lying. They do wear these green-trimmed green cloaks with a wheat gold trim around it as well. And the crest of Hilltown, which looks to be 3 green hills on a field. All of these lancers, they do have their standard sword and shield and everything, but on the back is what looks to be a very thick spear with this heavy-bladed tip. Looks like it would easily be used on a horse or even on foot. But as you hear the name Boarded Lancers, it kind of makes sense. That thing would 100% lance someone to death. But you begin to make your way into the city proper, through the Lowgate district, slowly making your way to the west end of the city where Ash Alley is, and you start noticing there's a significant divide between the city's classes, like more than most cities. Corda had its areas where things weren't that good. There's very clearly a poor district. But it seems like everything outside of the cities is just kind of, whatever you can scrounge up and build yourself. Whereas in the cities, it's nothing but pure just decoration. This whole half of the city that you guys are traveling through, bits of Imperial Ridge into Golden Heights, well-marbled buildings, pristine, cared-for wood, beautiful architecture, many bits of it stolen from Dwarven styles, but others influenced by human architecture styles as well. Very clearly, you guys are passing through a very well-off district or part of the city, if not most of the city, like this. Finn, are you taking them like through the city square or around?
Probably around.
Okay.
Because I'm rocking like the hood up on the cloak too. So.
Right. And you haven't gotten too many mean looks about it or anything. There's a lot of people like that in Hilltown.
Yeah. There's a lot of shifty motherfuckers in this town.
All right. Then do you want to cut through Golden Heights into Ash Alley, or do you want to go through Old Hilltown to the north? Because for reference, you guys are like right there-ish. So you got some.
And you are saying, considering the diversity in this town, we aren't getting any looks, right? I mean, a dark elf isn't getting looks, or somebody with a fucking dog.
From some of the more well-off and very clearly Imperial-style humans, as you're passing Golden Heights especially. It's very clear Golden Heights is kind of and Finn knows this as well. Golden Heights is very much a expensive shopping district. So as you guys are, just kind of on the edge through Imperial Ridge and everything like that, there's a lot of humans that are giving you kind of looks. It's like, oh, look, peasants.
Imagine black people at Oak Park Mall in the plaza.
I want to dispute that. I can't dispute that. So it's very similar to that. Yeah, you're getting some looks of like, oh, look, you exist. Rix, you're kind of getting more looks mainly because it's daylight out more than anything.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's not so much like, oh, look, poor people, or disgust or anything. It's just like, why is he out again?
I can't see shit in the daylight anyway, so
you're
that makes sense.
It's actually not that bad here. Corda is a very foggy city because it's right there on the coast. Hilltown isn't obviously on a coast anywhere near here, but there's enough of a haze and pollution that it's not bugging you overly much. About the same as it was in Corda for now. Obviously for different reasons and not good reasons, but
the mills and the foundries keep a nice haze above the
Yeah,
town.
yeah. It's very much like LA when they don't do their anti-pollution days. Like it's there.
Gotcha.
So, but all right, you said you were going to cut north through Old Hilltown, or which way are you going?
No, I'll go through Golden Heights just because there's probably less chance of me getting recognized.
Fair point. Okay, you cut through Golden Heights, getting a few more looks as you pass through. You see quite a few like high-end looking shops as you do. One for just specifically gold jewelry, another one across the street that does only silver jewelry. One that seems to be advertising these grand, ornate-looking clocks. Another jewelry merchant that seems to not have any kind of specialty. You do see, as you guys are walking through here, you do pass the 4-story stone building that's painted all gold. This is just a giant 4-walled gold tower that advertises Golden Tower Magical Firm outside, and that's it. No other decoration or advertisement, just gold.
Okay.
But you cut through the majority of Golden Heights and eventually start making your way into Ash Alley, which the southern part of Ash Alley doesn't have. It's still like not quite upper class, but maybe middle, like upper middle. But as you start making your way deeper, following Finn's lead, heading towards a destination that he seems to have in mind, you do start noticing the differences. Ash Alley seems to have its name very particularly because none of the buildings here are clean. A lot of them are covered in some kind of soot or ash, or just painted gray in general. Some of them are just made of stone and nobody gave a shit about painting it. Others are just old wood that seems to have dried out a little bit in the sun. You're also able to see off in the distance, at least in the northern end of Ash Alley, a bunch of foundries going off, very similar to the Corton Foundry District for those of you who grew up there. But that seems to be also a source of this name. You also start noticing more and more people walking around with their hoods up and kind of, keeping their eyes low a little bit, or just keep, watching out for things. Finn, Rix, and Ken or Garuk, you're all very familiar with this behavior and aware of what this means and who these people probably represent a little bit. You're also aware that there's not a whole lot of guard presence in Ash Alley, not as nearly as much as in Imperial Ridge and Golden Heights.
And 90% of the ones you do see are crooked as fuck.
Yeah, you're able to spot Rix. You're able to spot one or two of them every once in a while walking around with their giant lance on their back, but stopping to talk with the hooded individuals every once in a while before walking on again. So,
Okay.
Yeah, just a heads up, guys. We're in like no extended eye contact zone here, right? Like, you guys get that?
Yeah, I got a Bueller.
That's gonna throw me off. Okay. Anyway, you start making your way deeper into Ash Alley, into the main part on the western side, and Finn, you eventually come before the building you're looking for. For the rest of you, it's not that impressive of a building. Gray stone with some darkened, maybe not off-gray, wood paneling to hold up the supports and everything. A sign that very clearly looks repainted, not too recently, but recently enough that you can kind of see a bit of an old marker on the outside of edges of it. Advertising the Whispering Dwarf Pawn Shop. The windows, there's only one front window, and it appears to have some kind of metal netting on the other side of it, almost like a bar system. But the door does appear to be unlocked, and an open sign is in the window.
All right, I'm gonna head in.
Okay, who's going with?
You guys coming in, or are you guys loitering around outside?
What do you think?
You know what? I'll stand outside the door with my hood down if you think it'd be worth it to have somebody watching out. I don't know if we need that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably in good shape. But no, I mean,
Okay.
it's whatever. If you guys want to hang out, I need to go in and talk to this dude.
We haven't gotten into enough shit yet, so I guess I'll come in too.
I'll stay outside
I'll
with
come in.
Kisa.
Okay.
I'll go.
All right. Are you trying to keep a low profile while you're doing that?
Which
Taylor.
one?
All right, Joe.
Me?
Are
Yes.
you,
Well, I mean, not trying to draw attention or anything. I'm just, out there with the wolf.
Okay, so you're not like hiding or anything?
No, not not actively trying to hide from everything. Just, not
Okay.
making any eye contact or anything important.
Okay. All right, I will keep that in mind. Everyone else went in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys enter, and the building isn't that well lit. Those of you with dark vision don't have any issues, but the one person who does not have dark vision, it's a lot darker than the last time you were in here, Finn. Seems to be
I
only
100% have dark vision. I have fucking devil sight,
Oh,
bitch. I can see
that's
through
right.
magical
You
dark.
have that. You have that. All
No
right.
more sad eyes for me.
Yep. I mean, you guys are still able to discern that it's darker than normal as your dark vision kicks in, but you're thinking back to some of the memories you have. This place used to be a lot better lit, and you're wondering what the hell the new owner has gotten up to with that. Most of these shelves appear empty. Those that do have things on them, they seem to just have random knickknacks. Few towards the back end of the shop seem to have some more expensive things, particularly where the owner can keep an eye on them, though. But you are able to see the owner himself. You have a direct line of sight on him as he has an eye on the door. He appears to be a short or dwarf, which, you know, dwarfs are typically short, but he seems abnormally short. His head barely comes above the counter as he's standing. Looks up at you guys a little bit. One eye is completely missing and seems to be covered with some kind of eye patch. The other one, kind of dull looking a little bit, just kind of, you know, perusing around. Kind of doesn't seem to acknowledge that you're here until you get a little bit closer, and then he goes, "Welcome to the Wisp," and he sees you, Finn. Oh, hello.
So what? You can't light the fucking top lamps because you're too goddamn short.
As a matter of fact, I did break a stool. I can't reach them.
Jesus.
What can I help you with?
Well, I think probably first of all is a couple years ago I rolled through here and you told me that a certain fucking shithead was no longer breathing.
And to my knowledge, he still is very much not breathing.
I have it on fairly good authority that he is banging around somewhere, working with some fucking big imperial movers and shakers.
Master, do you have a name you're going
Bueller.
by right now?
Bueller. Ferris Bueller.
Master Bueller, to the best of my knowledge, the man you are referring to is still very much dead. There hasn't been any word of a person from that family since your demise/disappearance. The building that went up in flame with that individual is still very much destroyed.
Well, that's not fucking ideal. So, how's the business? I assume you're still working?
Yes, our new proprietors have made sure I'm very well stocked in whatever is needed, and I'm very well cared for as well. Are you here on official business?
Only the official business of making sure that fucking rat fucking Anatoly stays dead this time.
Kind of looks around a little bit. Looks back at you. I may know someone who, if that what you are saying is true, may have information about that. Like I said, the last I heard he was. But if for some reason he isn't, the best person to ask about that would be... One second, I just had it pulled up and I fucking scrolled. God damn it, where'd it go?
I mean, besides like the fucking lady boys that he frequents.
God damn, I just had it. Oh, the best place to ask around would be the Silver Theater over in West Hills. You remember where it is?
Vaguely.
They're right outside of the gate, just north on the other side of the wall outside of Ash Alley.
Oh, that's not the fucking Blackthorn Bards, is it?
It is. They're the only...
Fuck, I hate
They
those
operate
guys.
that region, where the Ash Lot, as it's come to be known nowadays, still is. If anyone's going to know anything about him being alive or having survived that ordeal, it would be someone of them.
That may be a problem.
Not on good terms with them.
I mean, we weren't exactly tight. I mean, we were fairly. I mean, we were obviously the fucking superior crew, but no, like I beat their fucking second story guys like 3 or 4 times on jobs. May have at one point planted some illegally acquired property on one of their wagons so as to create a distraction so I could break into a jewelry shop.
I can see why they'd be a little upset about that. If you'd like, I can have word sent through my proprietors to soothe any ruffled feathers.
Yeah,
No,
how are
no specific names or anything. I give you a pass in a couple hours. You take it to them. They exchange it for the one thing you want, a favor. You remember how this system works.
I do. How burned am I in this town?
Not as burned as you seem to think. A lot went up in flames along with that individual. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
with how many of the gangs have been recycling people lately, and in the war that followed after that, not too many people even remember your family's band. So I'd be hard pressed to find anyone who actually holds ill blood against you. If you're referring to the order, though, no one would hold you responsible for that. They were very well aware of who caused all the issues, and that's why they set him on fire.
That sounds fair. Any of the Storm Ravens make it out of there? Are they still banging around on some of the other crews?
A few scattered around. One, I think, actually did make it to the Bards, if I remember correctly. Not too many survived, though, and those who did were very quick to distance themselves from the Storm Ravens.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, my crew got murdered the night he tried to kill me, so I'm assuming, who was it that went to the Bards? Was it one of Anatoly's fuckboy buddies?
Not that I recall. I think his name was Jaran. Jaran. From what I recall, just mild level enforcer and scout. Didn't make it too high up into the ranks of anything to pick a side when the fighting came.
Yeah.
From what I remember,
Oh,
I think he only survived the ash lot simply because of wrong place, right time.
He wasn't one of the dudes that was there when I got jumped, right?
No. Okay. The name sounds familiar. I think from what you recall, he was just starting out in the gang when you were, mainly making your way through it. So he didn't really have, much of a reputation or anything like that, and he definitely didn't pick a side. He wasn't there that night, and yeah, from what Fitzy seems to be telling you, it seems like he just wasn't involved in anything that really important happened.
Cool. Yeah, I may, as long as you think it'd be all right. Like I said, I don't have a lot of I don't have a ton of friends in the Blackthorn Bards. Like I said, they were way inferior to my crew, and we did a lot better at them.
You certainly were. Out of deference to your father and the debt that the order would owe him, though, I think I can soothe any ruffled feathers. Give me 2 hours to put some word out and come back. I'll have a pass for you to take that you can give to the Bards as an exchange.
You got a safe place my new associates and I can tuck in?
Not here, unfortunately. They don't let me.
No, I mean, I got cash. I just need a safe place that's not gonna step on toes if we post up.
Do you want one owned? Depends on if you want something owned by the order or not.
I mean, I'm trusting you on this one. I mean, if you say I'm clean with the order, then ownership doesn't really matter to me. And as long as you're sure the order's not in business with Anatoly, because I don't plan on leaving this town until he's gone.
If Anatoly was still up and kicking and the order knew about it, this place would be covered in guards. This would be one of the first places he'd come to. No, as far as I know, No one knows of him being alive. He was burned to a crisp in the ash lot.
Oh.
As for a place to stay, why not? Go with the Jester's Tankard over in the West Hills. Less walking that way.
That's fine. Oof, yeah, just a heads up. Taylor, you might want to keep it on Tyler. They have a fucking ton of alcohol at this place.
Ooh.
Last time I was around, they still have the biggest selection of beers and ales in Hilltown.
It's balanced out a little bit. There are a few places that like to put in that title, but the Jester's Tankard does have quite a few.
I remember a couple times trying to make a fucking run through those taps. That ended in fucking tears every time.
It always does.
Alright. Well, in that case, Fitzy, it was good to see you.
It was good to see you too, Master Bueller. I hope that what you came here to do works out in your favor.
I do too. This is just a fucking stop off. Things have gotten interesting as of late.
The end of an age. Things always get interesting right at the end.
How's the overall temperature in town? Any hot spots we should avoid? I assume the cops are all still fucking crooked.
Well, a good amount of them. There's more Imperials here lately, but not too many of them have been corrupted yet, so mind your eyes on those.
Yeah.
If you're looking for places to avoid, obviously, keep your noses clean in Golden Heights and the Imperial Ridge. Especially the south of Imperial Ridge, or even the south end of the east end. That new, what do they call it? The lightning rail. That thing's got all of the Imperials up in a tizzy. I'd avoid that entirely if I were you.
What's the lightning rail?
Oh, it's just some magical project they built between the Hilltown merchants and the Imperial Guard and a couple of different councils. This thing it's capable of sending carts all the way to Meridia in 3 hours.
No.
Can you believe that?
Holy
7
shit.
days. 7 days by horse to get to Meridia from here.
Hey, can I talk to you in private for a second?
What now?
I said, hey, Finn.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. I feel like we should discuss that at a later time.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
avoid the lightning rail. There's always they're supposed to open it up for commercial use later in the year, but right now it's mainly just transporting the up and high nobles and troops and things like that. So if you're looking for a place to definitely avoid, that place is it.
That's fair. I didn't know if there's any gang wars or... I'm not trying to stick my fucking foot in a hornet's nest.
Things have been pretty quiet since the Ash lot. Yeah, nothing really to report on that front. The gangs have been quiet, getting along for the most part, sticking to their own territory. The Order pretty much demands that after the last time they didn't, so...
Yeah. That's fair.
But, yeah. Enjoy the tankard. Come back in a few hours, I'll have something. You know Hilltown, get some shopping
Fair
done
enough.
while you're here. There's always plenty.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this a pawn shop?
Like, what type of day is it? It's a fence. It's not really a pawn shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fitzy just kind of looks at you and is like, he's not wrong. This is mostly for decoration.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, this is all garbage.
What do you mean by what kind of day is this?
Like, what time of day is it? Because we were teleported like first thing in the morning, right?
Yeah, a little later than that. It was more like
Okay.
late mornings, like 10, 11-ish.
There some weird
it's
time
probably-
shift?
Yeah, you guys aren't quite sure what day it is. You're thinking it might be the next day, or the day that like the day after you guys left. You guys were being teleported the night of the 10th. So to your guys' eyes or mind, it's the 11th of the month of rain right now.
Fitzy, what's the date today?
The 12th.
shit, we did lose a day. Okay.
What the fuck?
All right. So it's probably like late afternoon, evening, right?
It's, I mean, let's see, if you're getting from that far to the Ash Alley, yeah, I'd say like 5, 6 o'clock by this point.
Okay.
So,
Well, Fitzy, you just want
yeah.
me to come back in the morning, or you want me to come back around tonight?
Morning might be best, just in case. It might take a
That's
little.
fine.
I might have to. It might be a little bit with how late it is to get a hold of the people I need to. But I'll have it ready for you first thing in the morning.
And I'll leave it up to your discretion on how widely you spread around that there's another storm raven around.
I'll feel them out. You have no. Don't worry about that.
Is there any way with my my history of being a filthy cop, can I check into this? Like, am I getting any feeling towards this guy? I know I don't know him personally, but can
Go
I?
ahead and roll an insight check.
I'm assuming with my passive perception, I can tell that Rick's is eye fucking Fitzy.
Yeah, you'd have an idea of like he's kind of, maybe not like overly scrutinizing him or anything, but trying to keep it down low. Yeah, it's kind of obvious he's just like maybe questioning a little bit. Rick's from that. Everything he's said so far seems above board.
Okay.
Nothing seems to have, caught your eyes like, oh, that sounds suspicious or anything, or he said that kind of weird. As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth about everything.
Okay.
I'm going to awaken mind to Rick's. Rick, stop looking at people like a fucking cop.
I don't move my head, but I move my eyes towards Ben, and I just kind of nod a minute.
Unless you want to get fed to pigs, stop staring at people like a cop. All right, Fitzy. Well, take it easy. I'll be back around in the morning.
It was good to see you, Master Bueller. I'm glad you're alive and well.
You still favoring that fucking rancid dwarven ale that works better as a paint remover?
I'll have you know it also works as wart removal.
Oh, yeah.
But
Jesus.
yes.
Fuck.
I'll bring you back a growler of it.
I appreciate the thought.
No problem.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too. All right. Sounds like we're off to find room and board.
Yep.
All right.
As you guys walk outside, yeah, like you thought, it's like 5, 6 o'clock. You've still got a couple hours of daylight, and the shopping you're pretty well aware. Here in Hilltown, it gets dark later, at least in terms of general sunset. Obviously, the city itself gets a little darker with how high up things are in certain places, but if you wanted to get any kind of shopping done before you went to the tavern or anything, you've got a couple hours to do it.
Anybody got money burning a hole in their pocket? Just a heads up, this isn't a place you want to be fucking traipsing around after dark a lot. And it gets dark quick. Once the sun dips below the fucking walls, the town gets real dark.
Mm-hmm.
Eh,
Yeah, shopping isn't really on my agenda right now, so
no.
up to you guys.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Sounds like we're headed for the West Hills and hitting up the Jester's Tankard.
All right. You guys get onto the main western road, heading out of town. Finn, you're well aware that the main road, it happens to be where the ash lot is. Are you wanting to walk right by it, or do you want to bypass it a little bit?
No, I'm gonna walk by it.
Okay. About halfway through your guys' journey to the tavern, before you guys hit the walls, you end up seeing what looks like it just kind of suddenly stops. The buildings here in Ash Alley aren't exactly spaced out very well or anything like that. So suddenly having an entire city block that appears completely leveled and destroyed and burnt down it very much catches your eye as like, oh, whoa, there should be something here. Looking around, it very much looks like this used to be some kind of building at some point. More than likely one of these 2-, 3-story townhouses that's in this area. But it's nothing but burnt out ruins, a couple of broken old supports that very clearly look charred, and a whole lot of burnt ash just sitting here in piles all over the place. There's not much of a wind that gets through most of Hilltown, so it just kind of stays clumped all over the place. Judging by the look, what it kind of looks like, and the name that you were overheard during Fitzy's conversation. You're guessing this might be the ash lot that he was referring to. Anyone say or do anything?
I'm gonna stop for a minute and then start walking back towards the Jester's tankard.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
21.
Jesus Christ, that's your passive perception?
Shit.
Yeah.
He has a high. Yeah, he has a high ass fucking passive.
Yes, I have.
Just as you're leaving the ash lot,
perfect
out of the very,
situational
very
awareness.
corner of your eye, you see up on one of the rooftops just a person. Seems to be overlooking the lot and just kind of watching your guys' party as they walk before ducking down into the shadows of the building again.
All right. Well, that's somebody's following us. Hey, I forgot to ask, Garuk, how are you? How are you, like situated for Hilltown? You gonna have problems here?
I shouldn't.
Probably best not do any freelance work while you're here, just to be safe.
Yeah, I'm not going to do any of that until I talk to another order.
If you need help with that, I can probably make that happen too.
All right.
I don't know what you guys' fucking policy is on checking in when you're in town, so. I assume since this is a working trip for you, you're probably in the clear, but.
All right. Anything else before you guys continue your journey towards the tankard?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Continuing west, you guys make your way once again through the walls of the city and heading down into the West Hills a little bit off the main road, eventually coming to what looks to be a pretty large-looking wooden building, 2 levels only, but you can already hear the noise from well outside, the raucous musicians going on, the sounds of cheering and drinking going on inside. And a sign out front that shows what looks to be a clown with way too many cups of ale in his hand, advertising the Jester's Tankard.
Charming.
Yeah. It has its moments. Yeah, I mean, we make like 70% of the food here and like 80% of the booze. So, you know, these places are well stocked.
All right, you guys hang in?
Yep.
All right. Entering into the tavern, it's just like every tavern you've ever seen. There's nothing too fancy about any of the decorations around here. Squat wooden tables, chairs, most of them filled. A couple different booths where people appear to be trying to stay awake and not pass out already, as they've already gotten off shift in certain places of the city. Off in one corner, there appears to be a band playing. They're not very good, but it doesn't seem to matter too much to those who are really, already partaking of alcohol. A few people flitting about the tables, delivering drink and food and whatnot. A few people heading upstairs to any rooms they might have rented. And on one of the larger walls, completely just opposite of the door, is nothing but ale taps. You don't see the barrels. You just see the taps sticking out of the walls, and they are stacked 3 high, and each one of them has a different name next to it. Fitzy and Finn, we're not kidding. This place has quite the ale selection available to it. Finn, you're pretty well... you're pretty observant. You're kind of figuring things out in your head pretty well. You're judging that they have at least over 50.
Nice. That tap system's worth more than any other place in this entire West Hills.
Tyler's staring at it.
I'm going to have fun
Of
here.
course she is.
I'm sorry, how busy did you say it was in here?
It's not.
Is it like
It's
hopping?
not packed to the walls or anything like that. There's still a good amount of tables and booths open.
Okay.
But it's starting to pick up. There's people in here already eating dinner and partaking of drink and whatnot, trying to unwind after a day of work. So it
Okay.
looks like you guys are hitting here like just early rush.
I need some food.
Find the innkeep and
All right. Finding one of the knowing this place and how big and how much volume that they have to deal with. It's not so much like a single innkeep. It's just any of the major tenders up at the counter. But you go up to one of them, just human, female, blonde hair, tied back. Yes, can I help you?
yeah, I need some rooms.
Okay, how many?
5 guys, unless you guys want to double up.
We do have a couple
Nah.
doubles available, and looks like we have 4 singles available.
How much?
It'll be depending on how long you're staying. We can work out a rate, but for now, 2 silver a night.
Oh, I'm getting my own room.
How much for a week?
We can cut that down to, we'll say 8 silver for a week.
All right. Yep. I'll slide 10 silver to her. I'll take a room.
Okay, single or double?
Single.
She hands you a key.
Yeah, I do the same.
I do the same.
Same.
Okay. As she gets to, since Zach was the only one who did not chime in on that, as you get to her, she goes, "We're all out of single rooms, but if you'd like a double room, I can get you that."
It's fine. How much for a week?
For a week, 12 silver.
All right. I'll slide her 15 silver.
Oh, very generous, thank you. She goes, hands you your key as well. All the rooms are upstairs. Just look for the number on the key and look for the number on the door. Let me know if you have any issues with the beds or anything.
Yep.
All right. Thank you much. Also, how does this whole thing work? She just like gestures to the whole thing.
I mean, give us an idea of what you like out of an ale or a beer or anything like that. We can find the one that makes it work.
All right. I'll have to think about it.
Take some time. We've got plenty of options.
Avoid
Kind of
the
food you-
Fire Hall Dwarven Stout unless you don't enjoy the lining on your throat.
Noted.
Although it is one of our more famous ones.
Well, I mean,
I
if
can
it's famous.
confirm.
You know she's
Yeah,
just gonna drink it now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna smirk at old Finn, and I'm gonna look at the innkeep or barkeep, and I'll say I'll take one of those.
All right, that'll be a silver.
And what kind of food do you have going on tonight?
I think we've got just about everything. She just kind of slides you a menu, and it's pretty standard tavern fare. A couple different kinds of stews, a couple different kinds of roast meat, vegetarian options like bread and cheese.
Okay, I'll take a bowl of stew.
All right, we can make that work, and that'll be 3 copper for the food, and
That'll do it.
it was 1 silver for the Fire Hall Dwarven Stout.
Okay, I'm caught up here, so I'm good.
All right,
I'll
she
do the
goes.
same.
Okay, same price. She goes over, takes 2 tankards, and obviously she's very well practiced at this. Goes over to one of the taps up on the top row, cranks it, fills up 1 mug, and immediately adjusts her hand so it starts filling into the second mug without any spillage at all. Cranks the lever back, puts the 2 in front of you guys. Enjoy, and try not to drink it all at once. I don't want to clean anymore.
Because it'll still take the finish off the floor after you puke it up.
Well, we've upped our finish a little bit, but it's not fun, and I'd rather not have to redo that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll take a sip. Is it good?
Yeah.
It's potent. It has some kick to it. For anyone that's ever had Everclear before.
Oh, okay.
It's not quite, it's
It
not
makes
quite that
Everclear
bad.
taste like Zima.
Yeah, well,
Excellent.
Yeah, it's like flavored Everclear a little bit. Very potent. It burns. Finn wasn't kidding. You can feel your stomach lining reacting to
It
whatever
tastes
the
of
fuck
bog.
this is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got some burn to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it
ultimately,
was not a challenge. It was a legitimate warning.
what is this made with?
It's a Firehall Dwarven Stout. There's a dwarven gentleman about 4 blocks south of us who has a penchant for brewing the stuff, following some old family dwarven recipe of some sort.
Interesting. Just like
But
looks
I
at it
mean,
more.
as you guys take sips of it, I mean, yeah, it burns like hell. That's slightly flavored on the way down, but after it's sat for a little bit, and your stomach lining hasn't completely ejected itself from your body, it warms you. You're feeling pretty hot right now. Like you're tingly.
Doing the job.
It's doing its job.
That's all it needs.
Better than crumb.
Oh, yeah, just from the lack of hallucinating.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you're looking for something that can make you hallucinate a little bit, we do have something to try. We found a couple different cave mushrooms that have been kind of blended into one of our ales.
I'll have 2 of those.
I walk away and find somewhere to sit.
All right, 2 silver from you, Garuk.
I want some.
And a thing of stew, please.
All right, and 3 copper then. So 2 silver, 3 copper from you. She goes over about midway through the wall, second stack. 2 mugs, same practice behavior. Fills 1 mug, fills the second mug, cranks it down, puts them in front of you. It's as opposed to the dwarven stout, which it's clear but darkened in color. This very much is almost like gray water. Like it's not. It's pretty. It's not crystal clear by any means. Yeah, it doesn't smell that appealing either. It doesn't smell like alcohol or anything in general. It just kind of smells like liquid. Has a little fizz to it. You taking a sip?
Oh, yeah. Nice big gulp, not a sip.
Okay. You don't really taste any alcohol on it on the first drink, and you take the second sip, and you're just like, okay, I'm not really feeling anything. And you kind of look around, and you're not quite hallucinating or anything like that. You've done drugs. You're aware of the effects. No, instead of that, it's more just like the colors at least and the lights are amplified a little bit. If you ever watched Judge Dredd, or the new Judge Dredd, when they get drunk or high off their fucking time drug, whatever the fuck it is, and things just kind of, everything's brighter and just so magical. That's kind of what the feeling's like, without any time dilation. Like you're just looking around and everything's brighter.
It's like microdosing mushrooms.
It is very much like microdosing mushrooms. Probably because that's what it was.
Oh. This is good.
You all right?
Yes. 100%.
Oh, all right.
But the rest of you, if you're wanting any kind of drinks, it'll be a silver for each. Food is 3 copper. Working with the barkeep, you figure out something that you might want. She gets you whatever you want. But unless any of you aren't planning to, you end up sitting down with your purchases together to kind of commiserate over being in this new city.
Yep.
We've got the keys to our room, right? We're good there with lodging?
Yeah, you already have your lodging. It's paid for and everything through the week.
Okay. So, Finn, I kind of kept my mouth shut in there. Tell us a little bit about the Blackthorn Bards. What's going on here? How big is this group?
Oh, I mean, they run out of this theater. They pretend to be performers and bards, but basically just all a fucking front for their fucking grift. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of robbery. I mean, moving stolen materials. They hit caravans, shit like that. I mean, mostly small to medium-sized stuff. I mean, they weren't like, big hitters, but they do have a pretty nice little theater. I mean, that theater's more of a fucking castle than a actual theater. I mean, I think they still perform. They're fucking god awful unless they got better.
Okay. They're not dangerous, or they?
Oh, I mean, they're
Posing.
as dangerous as. Yeah, I mean, they're not.
They pose a threat in
Yeah, I mean, they're
certain
not.
situations.
I mean, they are fucking killers. So,
Mhm.
I mean, they're as crooked as everybody. I mean, you get them in the
Yeah.
wrong spot, and yeah, I mean, it's not going to be fun. So,
Okay.
that's why I want to make sure I wasn't just rolling in, because I don't want there to be some bad blood and have to fucking take out like. And plus, I mean, who knows how many of those fuckers there are now? I mean, there were probably a half dozen to 2 dozen, depending on the time of the year. I mean, they pick up a lot of like failed actors, so I mean, they have a few decent ones, but for the most part, they're just fucking thugs.
Okay. Could be worse. Sounds
Oh, for
like.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like some of the fucking bully boys from up around the foundries are much less pleasant to fuck with. And then, like I said, there's the fucking the weirdos that live on the fucking outskirts near all the pig farms. Like I said, that's numero uno place to get rid of bodies. They either end up in the fucking foundry burned up or fed to pigs.
Sounds like we found our way to a pretty lovely place.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
I mean, people say Meridia is the fucking capital, but this place got it all. Though, too many fucking Imperials now, which would make sense because that light rail stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's some crazy sounding shit.
I don't like how they can keep getting things places quicker.
Yeah, no, that is unpleasant. Nobody likes the fucking Imperials that spread out. If they get that shit,
that thing that island.
the what?
Yeah.
Do you
The
remember?
island. Mhm.
Everyone was dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you talking about the Aarakocra?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, like that thing could be mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Good
fuck.
thought.
Oof. Didn't even think about that. That is particularly unpleasant.
It's very bad.
Maybe we should check this thing out before we finish our business and leave town.
Well, if I'm not entirely unconvinced that shitbird's not running around with that crew. I mean, the probably need a code word for these guys, so we're not just like walking around talking about them. The circus. Like, if he's working with the circus, then that's probably like they're probably knee deep in that. I mean, they were involved with that other thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Yeah. So I guess we'll get a good night's sleep and then head back to Fitzy tomorrow then, in the morning.
Yep. And after that, I'm off to fucking find Jaren and see what he knows.
Who was Jaren? Maybe I missed that one.
He used to be one of the Storm Ravens that ended up jumping on with the Black Bards.
Okay. Alright.
I really hope that fucking Lucius cat's not still running with them. I may have slept with his fiance.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Finn.
Bueller.
And
Bueller.
And it is also entirely possible that his mother was involved.
Excuse me?
Simultaneously?
I mean, not like simultaneously, but like
Where'd it go?
they were in the same house.
Oh.
So listen. So like I'm with
Just
her,
put your head
and
on the
then
table.
he comes home, and I sneak out, and as I'm sneaking out, I happen across another bedroom with what I assume was his mother in it, and she was very receptive.
Bueller.
What?
Ferris?
Oh, listen, we were all in the fucking den, so let's not start throwing fucking rocks in our
you have a
glass
point
houses.
there, but
I mean,
I'm
ain't gonna
assuming
get mad at
none
you.
of those people were
I'm not
married, but I
disappointed.
can't know.
Does he know this? Does Jared
I
know
think
this?
it's Lucius. Lucius, the most likely.
Oh,
I assume he
Lucius.
does know that. He was not thrilled. I think she may have broken off the engagement shortly thereafter. So there's that.
Probably good. For the
Okay.
best.
I mean, technically, she was fucking nails, though. Like, all of you would have done the same thing. And he juked me on this fucking lift. There was this really nice necklace that I had set up. I cased the place. We had the fucking entry plan, and one of the fucking shitheads on my crew got drunk, said too much, and Lucius and his crew used our fucking plan, stole that necklace. So there may have been like a twofold purpose to fucking banging out his fiance.
I mean,
I'm not sure it's a good idea for you to be in this town at all right
I
now.
do.
I mean, it's fine. Besides, if Fitzy says if the order's cool, then I'm cool.
What if you run into those very specific people?
Oh, then it could go very, very pear-shaped very fucking quickly.
Very specific people.
I mean, there's always
does there? Oh, like, okay, so, like, your hometown, like, there's nobody there that may not be happy to see you if we go back?
I can't think of it.
Well, we did kind of run a different circle. Like, Grook knows what the fuck I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, not specifically, like, fiance, mom combo. Unless you have, which, big ups. But, I mean, there's a certain degree of,
Wait, and how long ago was this, just for reference?
Oh, the Lucius thing was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. It's well in the past.
Not too bad.
No.
4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
That is not that long ago.
Yeah, that's way in the past, man.
But, I mean, they're human, so it's a lot longer for them than you guys.
Yeah, I am 300 years old.
Yeah. Well, imagine you were a third that age. And you'd still be old. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a minute. And, I mean, who knows? Maybe he moved on. Obviously, she wasn't the most loyal fiance. I mean, I may have did dude a favor.
Either that or he wasn't pleasing her properly.
It definitely could have been that, because she hit fucking octaves that I'm not entirely certain the human voice was capable of. Before that.
I finish my drink and walk away and just go to my room. Rix is full blown just uncomfortable with the conversation.
Okay, you go to your room.
Good night.
Pansy.
I don't even look behind me, I just put my hand up and keep going.
Whatever. So, yeah. I mean, like, outside of that, that's probably like, and obviously, Shitbird. Those are probably the two biggest. Like, I mean, there's probably a handful of other people who probably wouldn't be thrilled to see me.
Right.
Like, if that fucking watch warden's still here.
Who?
Ooh, O'Rourke. He was a fucking watch captain. That, I mean, he always fucking knew I did shit, but he just never fucking caught me. Ever. He tried so hard. Sometimes I'd fuck with him. I'd, like, pretend to lift stuff. Like, I'd cut through the middle of the town square and like pretend to lift a bunch of purses just so he'd stop me and shake me down. I didn't have anything. He just looked like a big fucking asshole.
Oh my god.
Yeah. His wife's wedding ring may have gotten fenced through my dad's shop.
Why?
Why what?
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you have a point, but
I mean, this dude's a fucking
causing so many problems.
full asshole. I honestly didn't expect to live like to this age, to be honest. I mean,
Fair enough.
like the life cycle of a fucking, street person in Hilltown is like mid to late 20s if you're lucky. So, plus I was really fucking good. I mean, like above average good. So there was that. I mean,
Well, that is something.
I mean, you've met me. I mean, I can talk my way out of a lot of shit, and I talked my way out of a lot of shit.
You can talk your way out of a lot of things. I will give you that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that. So yeah, no. I mean, it happens. It's not. I'm not proud of a lot of that stuff, though. I'm 100% proud of a lot of that stuff. So yeah, outside of like Lucius and O'Rourke, I'm probably okay most place in town. And O'Rourke had a huge drinking problem, so he may just be dead, which is very possible. There may have been Finbar, one of the like stonemasons guild leaders, that I may have out of a load of like really fucking expensive marble, and he got demoted off of that.
Ooh.
So probably Finbar, O'Rourke, and Lucius. That's like
Is that
90% sure that's it.
You keep coming up with more, so I'm just giving you time.
Well,
Mhm.
it's been a while. I haven't been here in a couple years, so I'm trying to think back to. I mean, plus it all kind of blurs together. Like I said, group,
That's
you know
true.
what's up. Like,
Yeah.
Like you probably keep count because you're super fucking creepy, but like, I mean, at some point, like it just becomes a fucking routine. Like, steal some shit, sell some shit, rip
I
off
don't
some
keep
people.
up with steals. I keep up with the kills.
That's what I'm
fine.
saying. Like, I steal, you kill. I'm just saying, like, comparatively speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's probably a couple nobles that aren't super fond of me. Oh, there's that dude with the dog. Shit. Yeah, that's probably not great. He was super rich. But he was a shitbird. He had it coming. So, can't con an honest John, and that motherfucker was not honest. So we used to do this thing where we'd get this, like, stray dog, and then you go into a tavern. It's an old fucking hustle. I can't believe we got away with this as many times as we did. So you take this dog in there, you play it up like, hey, I gotta go. My aunt left me this stupid dog. Like, I gotta go find this job. I can't do anything with it. Can you watch the dog for me for like a half hour? So you pay this dude like a couple silver to watch the dog. Then you take off. Then somebody else that's working with you, unbeknownst to him, comes in and says, holy shit, that's this like fill in the blank, super rare breed of dog. Like, I'll give you 100 gold for that dog. And the dude says, oh, it's not my dog. And the guy says, well, if you can find the owner, I'll give 100 gold, no questions asked, for that dog. And then the guy leaves, and then the original guy comes back and says, oh, thanks for watching my dog. I still can get this job. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this fucking dog. Like, I can't afford to feed it. Like, it was my aunt left it to me. I don't want to just like put it down. And the dude's like, hey, why don't I just take the dog off your hands? Like 10 gold, and I'll watch the dog. And then so you say, yeah, fuck, that'd be great, cool. So you take the 10 gold, and then you never come back because it's just a fucking stray mutt. And that dude just got beat for 10 gold.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, like I said, if he was honest and like had said, hey, this dude's gonna pay 100 gold for that dog, then he can't get hustled. But the fact is, he tried to scam me. I don't feel bad. So yeah, there may have been a couple. God, what was his name? Oh, Tavern Baylor.
Who?
That was the noble's son that we got with the dog scheme.
Okay.
I heard that he was actually looking for me for a while, so I had to lay low. Which came in super handy when I hooked up with Lucius's fiance, because we laid very low.
Grim shot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, okay, so yeah, that, I'm fairly certain that's it. I mean, there's probably other people around
Probably.
that just aren't popping out. Like I said, dude, like as we walk through that shop quarter, like probably a good third of those buildings I've robbed. I have excellent situational awareness. Makes it super easy to fucking find ways to get into buildings. That's...
Wow.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. Pretty sure. I'll let you know if I think of anybody else. Just...
That sounds good.
Yeah. So, but after like this wraps up, we're going to see you, what, your dad?
Yeah.
How's that going to go?
I don't have a good feeling about it. I don't know about you, Taylor, but I don't have a good feeling.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, you guys didn't talk about your dad much.
No.
I'm assuming he's he the human side of the
Yeah.
half-elfness.
And Taylor spent more time with him than me.
Yeah, he's the one that taught me how to use the bow.
Nice. Well, that's handy.
It definitely has been so far.
Yeah. He's pretty good at what he does. I mean, I would know that, right, Corey?
Say that again.
I would know like pretty like a lot of stuff about. I'm assuming our dad, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know about who he was and things like that. You know, he was an Imperial Ranger, pretty well respected, things like that. So he wasn't like absent your entire life. He was always just kind of a little distant, especially after your mom died.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, yeah, you're perfectly aware of the kind of man he was. Very honor bound, you know, Imperial servant and military member, so very faithful to what the Empire stood for.
I mean, the fact that he kept you guys around says something about him.
Yeah.
You guys are also aware that Elvenon's a little more liberal when it comes to interracial marriages and things like that. Like the anti-elf hatred isn't as potent up there.
Still, though, fucking imps are imps.
It's true. But I mean, I didn't have anything against him. I just don't have a good feeling.
Yeah, that happens. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go crash.
I'm gonna drink. But have fun.
Yeah. Don't get too crazy.
No promises.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright. Finn heads up to his room. The three of you left down there. How crazy are you getting, if at all?
I mean, drunk. Not crazy.
Yeah, just drunk, not crazy.
Not like lampshade on your head drunk.
Not lamp. drunk. No.
It's the first night.
That's fair.
Taylor will have some of that fire water or whatever it was.
No
It's
fucking
potent. They weren't kidding.
hands disappearing.
Yeah, it's potent. But
He's
you
very
guys
slowly sipping it.
Yeah. It takes you a while, and that one mug of it gets you drunk enough. But
Well,
yeah,
they have to
you
serve
guys-
it. They have to serve it in fucking metal tankards because it eats the fucking wooden ones.
That's true. They do.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it personally, but you know.
But you guys
Whatever,
ended up enjoying your first night there, trying out a couple different kinds of ale, figuring out what you like and everything before eventually retiring to your rooms, unless you want to do anything before you do that.
Nothing special here.
Nothing special.
All right. With that, you all retire to your rooms, eventually passing out in bed. After a few hours, Garuk, your senses kind of, your ears start waking you up as like, hey, you hear something inside your room. Instantly alert because you're constantly at wondering or worrying about someone being over your shoulder. You sit up in bed, look around, no one in here with you, and then you hear this almost like tingling noise, like a soft bell coming from the side of the room with all of your stowed away gear.
Awesome.
Do you go investigate?
Yes.
Okay. You go over to your pack and start investigating through your belongings, just checking for wherever this noise seems to be coming from. And then you hold up the dagger, the new dagger. I don't remember if you identified that or not. The blade of the Nightwalker. I think I give you the name at the very least.
I don't think he had it, did he?
I thought he did. I
had possession of it. Who was it?
I think Taylor.
Yeah, hang on.
Taylor was the one that identified it. I did not.
Taylor identified it, but you still have possession of it.
Yes.
Okay, so
Was that the one she didn't? Was that the one she didn't tell anybody what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I have possession of the dagger and Tywin's saber.
Okay. So yeah, you do have the dagger. That's what matters. As you hold that dagger up, that appears to be what's making the noise.
Mm-hmm.
And as you kind of look at the dagger a little bit, you've done a once over of this before. It's pearl white metal, black handle with a right where the blade meets the guard. There's a bit of a divot where you can see through it and potentially look through the blade itself. Just a little interesting little point of design on it. But as you hold up the dagger a little bit, it starts glowing at the tip, pointing towards the window of your room. And it keeps ringing. It keeps making that ringing noise.
I'm gonna go to the window and figure out what's going on.
Okay. Your window faces to the northeast, and as you open the window up and you just kind of point, it's still as you kind of move the dagger around, the point of light on the blade shifts so that it is constantly pointing out of the window to the northeast. But the ringing noise persists as you just kind of hold it up to the window a little bit. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna stow it away for now.
Okay. It continues to make the noise as you stow it away.
I'm going to ignore the noise as best I can. For right now.
Okay. You try to finish out the night sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. It's a little rough having to ignore that tingling noise, but you are able to do it. And you managed to complete your full rest. So everybody gets their full rest. If they used anything, I don't think anyone did. But morning comes to you. 8 o'clock, everybody's up, packed up, ready to go, out of your rooms, heading down for breakfast. What would you guys like to do?
I need to pick up a growler of the Dwarven Stout.
Okay, that'll be 6 silver for that. Okay. She goes and pours you very much a giant metal growler of Fire Hall Dwarven Stout.
So I can get some breakfast here. Smoked
Yep.
meats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Any kind of
Plenty
any
of
kind
breakfast
of
food available. 3 copper
okay.
for a meal.
Gotcha. Okay. I can manage that.
All right. Anyone who wants food has it,
All right.
Yep.
and the day is yours.
Bueller?
I think it's time to go see Fitzy.
Sounds like it.
All right.
Shit, I think I completely spaced off telling you guys. Somebody was following us.
Somebody was following us?
Excuse me?
Yeah. I clocked
When?
him on the roof of the building across from
You just
the
spaced.
Ashes lot. Well, we were getting rooms, and you guys were talking about drinking, and then I was remembering the people that might be after me. I got a little distracted.
All right.
You mentioned it, but everybody was more focused on the alcohol. So.
Yeah, I did mention it. That's right. I said somebody followed us. And you guys just forgot.
I heard it.
Well, you didn't say anything.
Well, you were too busy trying to get drunk.
Oh, there we go. Shame, shame.
I'm not shaming. To each their own.
Where did you clock the perp? Was he following? He or she following? Or was he on the roof? He or she on the roof?
They were on the roof on the west side of the ash lot.
Just one
Yeah.
that you could see.
Yep. They ducked down. I don't think they saw me see them, so. I mean, it's not uncommon. I mean, it's like, I don't think it was a big deal. I mean,
I suspect you were
We're
wearing
not-
your hood most of the day, right?
yeah, for sure. I mean, we're not a fucking
Oh,
common
yeah.
crew. I mean, 2 half-elves, a full elf, and a fucking drow just rolling around in the second biggest city in the Empire.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty weird.
That's gonna draw some fucking sideways looks.
You got a point.
Well, we did a good job throwing our hoods up through the walk. I'm guessing that they probably clocked us for quite a while.
Oh, for sure. Well, and I mean, who knows who was watching? I mean, if the order runs a fucking Fitzy spot, which the
Finn,
Whispering
go
Dwarf.
ahead and roll a retroactive perception check, real quick. Okay. You thinking back on it a little bit. they didn't seem to-
Wow.
Did you guys not notice I changed that?
Nope.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I
All
caught
right.
it earlier. I love it.
All right, thanks.
You do remember thinking back a little bit. They only seemed to follow you when you were in that section of Ash Alley, not too far from the Ash lot itself. They didn't follow you out of the city into the West Hills or anything like that.
Yeah. They're probably just watching the lot. Yeah, no, that's why. I mean, I wasn't sweating it because they didn't follow us to the Jester.
I feel like there's a lot of information that you probably could have passed to us before we came into Hilltown with you.
It's not like we had
Just-
a fucking long ride here. We
Well,
kind of fucking
I-
poofed.
Yeah, I get it. We may have been a little more careful with wandering through town. If I mean, we knew you had some enemies here, but
Max, I haven't
Lucius
been
might
here
not
like
be
2
an
years.
Lucius might not be an enemy, per se, but
He might not even still be
certainly-
alive.
Yeah,
I mean,
we got people
it's a
following us
fucking-
already. We're hitting
mean,
up a
they-
fence.
People follow everybody around. Like I said,
Here's
you're
one-
a
yeah.
fucking conspicuous crew.
Here's one more question, and something that I hadn't asked. We know that with all the shady groups in town, your reputation is questionable at this moment. Have you ever gotten into any issues with the actual authority? Have you been arrested? Do you have a rap sheet? Do they know you?
I mean, O'Rourke for sure. Like I said, he was a fucking ward captain. So that dude definitely knows.
Which one's O'Rourke?
That was the cop that.
The one who
I'd
had
fuck
him
with.
shake down for the purses.
Yeah.
Rix had gone to bed by that point. So.
I don't know
Oh,
that.
shit, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Now
no, you
I
missed
just
it.
turn my head and just look at you and I said there was more, huh?
Yeah, there were a couple more. Like
Mother.
on top of Lucius, there was this dwarven cat named fucking Finbar. There was this noble kid named Tavrin, and there was this watch captain named O'Rourke. That always gave me shit, so I gave him shit back, like a little fun, back and forth. Like, hey, I stole his wife's wedding ring and pawned it.
I was keeping my eyes out before whenever we were walking through town. DM, I'm gonna start like really watching for things as we go,
Dude,
especially
you gotta stop
after.
looking like a cop.
Yeah,
Like
you do.
that fucking look is all cop, dude. You are just like it's just you need to be more be cooler about it, like more casual, like more nonchalant. Like you are pretending to be nonchalant, but you are coming off like all fucking bacon.
I straight up don't think that Rix has the ability to effectively hide it, but he's going to try.
Okay, go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check for this.
Okay.
It's the closest thing I've got to
Yeah.
a cool check.
All right, I gotcha.
That a
Cool
performance
check.
I thought about performance, but at the same time, like this is more about being able to keep your head low and not be noticed.
Okay, so sleight of
But
hand.
not full on stealthing. Yeah, sleight of hand.
Okay. I do fucking awesome.
Wow.
Jesus.
I feel like this is
Finn,
exactly how it should have went.
You watch the ex-cop as he attempts to be cool and, subtly look at people while somehow doing the exact opposite of that and just 100% like side-eyeing everybody that
He
walks
is
by.
just fucking cop watching everybody, like staring people down, like jaw clenched, like eyes narrowed. Like Jesus, you are gonna get us fucking murdered.
How am I doing?
You
Terrible.
suck ass.
Like really.
What if we like tie a bandana around your eyes and you pretend you're blind and like Garuk leads you around? Or
That's not a
Tyler
bad
and Taylor.
idea.
Oh wait, Kisa. Can you make Kisa look like a guide dog? Like
I
how's
don't-
Kisa feel about a leash?
I've never really even like petted Kisa. I don't think Kisa would appreciate me guiding her out on a leash.
Well, technically Kisa would be
Or
guiding
him.
because you're blind.
Oh. Yeah.
Kisa's a
I mean,
she,
we could
right?
try. Yeah, it's a she.
Kisa is a she, yeah.
Kisa just stares up at you.
I just shake my head. All right, I'm gonna pull my hood down even further. I'm not an idiot. I know that I'm doing a terrible job right now, so I'm gonna be more conscious of it. However, that was a critical fail.
And
But it was just an ability check. Just an ability check.
Yeah, having learned your lesson and being talked to about this multiple times, you just decide to just keep your eyes down and hood up and try not to give anyone the remote impression that you are a cop.
I'm staring at the dirt.
Good.
Yeah.
Best thing for you.
All right, so you guys are making your way to Fitzy's shop.
Yep.
All right, you make your way back through the city, through the walls, heading down that main road, heading towards the Whispering Dwarf. You once again pass, or do you want to pass the ash lot again, Finn?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna avoid it.
Okay. Easily enough. You know the side streets of the Ash Alley pretty fucking well. So a couple blocks away from the Ash Lot, you duck off into the north, just bypassing it completely, heading through a couple different side streets, eventually making your way completely around onto the main road and once again back to the Whispering Dwarf. The sign is open.
Is that fence slat in the alley, like a couple blocks from the Whispering Dwarf, still loose?
Yes, it is.
Nice. We just duck from the cops through there. Like I show everybody where you push on it, it swings open a little bit. I was a lot smaller then, obviously. All right, head for the dwarf.
All right. You guys make your way to the Whispering Dwarf. Once you guys are there, the open sign is put in the window. Heading inside?
Yep.
All right. Inside, once again, still pretty dimly lit, but straight through to the back, you see Fitzy sitting there, just kind of looks up to you. Ah, Master Bueller. I do have your pass, ready to go.
Hey, I had thought too. Does Lucius still run with the Blackthorn Bards?
Not only does he run with them, he runs them.
Fuck.
God.
Okay.
If you had,
I
if you two
oh, oh,
He-
Bueller, you fucking Bueller.
if it
Yeah.
makes you feel any better, you do remember that under the terms of a pass of peace, he cannot
yeah.
harm you.
Right, then. But I'm just saying, he's going to figure out pretty quick I'm in town. It may end poorly. That's fine. Fuck him.
If it makes you feel any better, also, his acting hasn't gotten any better.
Oof. How about his ex-fiancée? Is she still around?
Not that I recall.
Good.
I think she went missing shortly after your disappearance.
Oh, shit. Well, that's less fun. Yeah.
But here it is, and he puts a just thin wooden slat right on the table in front of you, marked with the symbol of the order, and 2 P's back to back. So one of them looks a little off, almost like it's mirrored, but you do recognize this, Finn. This is a passive piece. And Garuk, you would recognize this as well. They do something very similar to this in Corda with the order there. So this is a passive piece, and if you present it to any gang or anything under the order's influence that might have beef with you, they are not allowed to while you're there. I had to cash in on a favor under your father's name, and a few members of the order and the higher-ups are aware of your arrival. I did double-check, though. They do not bear you any ill will and are willing to forgive. Well, not forgive so much as forget your family's indiscretions given your foster brother's death, which I did check as well. They are still under the impression that he is dead. They had several people confirm that the body found in the ash lot was definitely him, without a doubt. Magically confirmed as well.
Huh. Well,
Magically confirmed. Also. Wow.
For when you really need to be certain that you fucking killed someone.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And
I
that
mean,
it
there
was
was
that
only.
person that you killed.
I mean, there was only
Hmm.
technically 3 Storm Ravens.
Well,
Huh.
you have a mystery on your hands then. Either there's a 4th, or someone's playing at necromancy.
Oh, of all the weird shit you can get into, man, I get kinks, but necromancy, not my bag, man.
Well, it's not always... Under certain circumstances, it's approved by
Oh,
the Order of Magi. Not
come on.
always.
You talking
Well,
about
you've been
fucking dead
around.
bodies? That's gross.
You've been around Hilltown long enough. You remember... Where the fuck is this guy's name? I can't find it. Why am I fucking not finding this? You know the story of Black Hill over in Lowgate?
Oh, yeah. Vaguely.
I
It's
want to know the
approved.
story.
It's approved. It's not always embraced, but it is.
Oh, necromancy. I was thinking necrophilia. I thought you were talking about fucking dead bodies.
No.
Bueller.
Oh, whew.
No,
I
not.
mean, it's been a while,
no.
Fitzy, but I didn't think you were that bent.
Nope, I'm not. I'm definitely not. I prefer dwarf women.
Takes all kinds.
Yeah. Are we good here?
Yeah, I mean,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like, do we
step
all
outside.
want to go to this meet, or you guys want to hang out?
Let's step outside real quick. I want to talk.
Well, we can talk in here, but it's cool. Let's go outside.
Take care, Master Bueller.
For sure, Fitzy. Hey, I might come by later. I got something I want to talk to you about.
The shop. You know the shop's hours as well as anyone.
Yeah, I do.
All right. And with that, you duck out of the shop, right outside in the front.
All right, so Bueller, tell me again. This all came from a vision, right?
Yeah.
And if we're being provided information that directly states that this guy is gone, gone, this
Well,
makes me
yeah.
wonder. This makes me wonder if someone's either fucking with you, or how accurate are these visions? Have you ever had a vision like this that seems that real that it ends up just being bogus?
I mean, no, these don't happen that often, and so far everything I've
Okay.
seen's been like pretty solid. I mean, weird.
And-
I guess. I mean, I don't know how to. I mean, some shit I've seen like, was weird and hasn't maybe happened yet. There was like me and some dude in white armor with a tiger on his shoulder, and like I don't know where that
okay.
was. Like there was, I think, snow. We were like someplace big, so that was weird. But I mean, I don't. I mean, it seemed like the dude didn't know I was there when he said that part. Like he didn't figure out I was there until later,
Okay.
and that's when he kind of kicked me out.
What are we working here? What are we working with here then? Because this is
I mean,
getting
it's
fucking weird.
All they said was a storm raven. So, I mean, Artem 100% died. Like they cut his head damn near off. They cut his throat deep. I mean, I was obviously. I mean, by like adoption, I was a storm raven, but
yeah.
I wasn't like blood. But it was Artem and Anatoly. I mean,
Anatoly, yeah.
Anatoly's
Yeah.
mom died in childbirth. So there was no other storm ravens that I knew of. Like, unless Artem had a weird little bastard running around that goes by the name that I never heard anybody go by. But I mean, with the way they got stamped out, I mean, I don't think anybody. I was technically dead at the time, or they thought I was dead at the time. It was the only reason I get fucking murdered.
Okay. Guess we'll see where this leads then. But yeah, you mentioned. I don't think this is something that we all need to be involved in. Moving with the meetup, we'll want to be close by. How far does your awakened mind? How far can
I gotta
you reach?
see you. I gotta be line of sight.
Okay.
So, and I mean, I could have
this then.
I can have Elvis, but like when I can't, I don't know. I still have to be pretty close to Elvis to communicate with him.
Okay. Well,
So there's that. So 100 feet of me, I communicate with telepathically. So
with Elvis?
yeah,
Yeah, that's not very much.
no.
I mean, it's still like, if we could set up something, if you summon Elvis and then throw him on somebody's shoulder, and then if shit goes down, something happens, you can tell Elvis to give a little nudge. Is that feasible?
How far away can I be from my familiar to temporarily dismiss it into a pocket dimension?
That is a good question. Let's see, because I don't actually know.
Because if I don't have to be close to it, like I can just leave Elvis with you guys, and if shit gets hot, I'll just make him disappear. So if Elvis disappears, kick the fucking door in because it got real bad.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I like that.
I am not finding anything that specifies, so I'm gonna go ahead and say. Okay, so what do you have as the range for you can communicate mind to mind with Elvis right now?
100 feet.
We'll say 250.
Okay.
Because I mean, you can take him well beyond 100 feet and still like see through his eyes. You just can't control him at that point or communicate. So
Yeah.
I'd say yeah. We'll limit it at 250 as being able to feasibly like poof. Outside of that, no. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can get a good bit of distance though with it.
So, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. If you guys want to all come, we can all fucking go. But if you want to just be me and... I mean, I can go in alone or somebody else can come with me.
I'm not in good shape to be talking to people right now, apparently.
A 0%
So,
chance I'm taking you.
yeah, I'm at a.
I
Plus,
could
it's
come
definitely.
as one of your pets if you would like.
As what?
As a pet.
Oh,
In
yeah,
this
you could just
quotation
be a
marks.
mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, you could be a mouse. You could hide in my pocket. And that way, if somebody says, "Is that a mouse in your pocket?" You're just happy to see me. But like, no, I actually got a mouse.
Exactly.
There's a bar in Kansas City called the Trouser Mouse.
It's a good bar.
All right, it's up to you guys. What do you think? We want to go just me, Taylor, Hayden, or I mean, do we want to go in? I might have said the peace pass thing is pretty legit. Like, I mean, you saw the ash lot. Like, somebody breaks that treaty, and they're gonna end up the same boat. So, like in the moment, I'm not worried about it. But I also I know you guys. I don't want you guys burning bridges and getting, on somebody's list because you showed up with me. Obviously, you've been moving around town with me, so it's gonna happen eventually. But see, I don't care if you guys want to wait outside. I can go and do all the talking, or somebody else can come with.
Alright, I'll be a... Excuse me. I'll be a mouse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll just go with.
She poops
Okay.
into a mouse.
For a second, I thought you said you poops into a mouse.
She poops into a mouse.
She poops into a mouse.
All right, and bam, she's a mouse.
All right. Well, let's head for the Silver Theater.
Okay. You guys begin making your way outside. Are you walking by the ash lot again this time?
Yeah, I'll go by the ash lot again. I'm
Okay.
gonna keep my fucking eyes peeled for anybody
Go
watching.
ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, probably not gonna get as lucky as I did on that last one, but no.
Okay. You keep your eyes out. You check that same spot that you barely noticed the guy the last time. Doesn't seem to be anyone there at the moment, but no one overtly looking at you over the rooftops or anything. Doesn't look like.
I'm gonna get like a half a block away, and I'm gonna send Elvis to fly over there and take a look at the roof and look through his eyes and see if I can see anything.
Okay. Go ahead
Up
and
there.
make a perception check through, or with Elvis's perception now.
Okay.
Okay. The haze kind of messes with him for a little bit. He's not exactly used to flying him through pollution, but he doesn't seem to notice anyone on the roofs.
All right. Oh, I fixed the disadvantage on Elvis too. Sorry about that.
No worries.
It's hard to see on the character, like the NPC sheets,
Yeah, it's not the best.
because the writing's red, so it's kind of hard to see
Yeah.
at the top. So anyway, all right. So if I don't see anybody, I'll bring Elvis back over and continue headed for.
Okay. You guys make your way once again out of the city, through the walls, into the West Hills, and heading immediately north outside of the gate, following the walls for a little bit until eventually you come to a gray stone, almost faded silver paint finish on it, building. It looks like 2 stories, and kind of rounded. There's a little box at the front, but outside of that, it's almost rounded. You can't really see a roof from here, so you can't tell, what's going on up there. But you do notice 2 people just kind of hanging around the front of the theater at the moment. There's a couple faded posters and one more recent poster advertising a rendition of a Hilltown classic play. Shit, I had it written down. God damn it. Gone with the Lancer. There it was. But advertising a rendition of Gone with the Lancer here every night here at the Silver Theater. But these two dudes are just standing out front. What would you guys like to do?
All right, you guys.
Yeah, I'll hang back.
Rick, you and Taylor hanging out.
Taylor, yeah, I'll stay with Taylor. And Taylor, did you bring Kisa with you? I don't
Yes.
know. All right, yeah, I'll just stay back with Taylor and Kisa.
All
I'm
right,
just gonna continue to stare at the dirt.
Elvis, hang out with Rick's. Don't be weird.
All right, so am I watching for him to poof away?
Yeah, he lands on your shoulder.
All right, cool. I pet his little head.
He doesn't seem to really care.
Okay, gotcha.
Are you trying to keep stealthy while you're doing this, or what are you doing?
I mean, I assume they saw us all walk around together, so there's really no point in.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure it's just polite
Elvis
to
is pretty
just go in with one other person.
Elvis is pretty small, right? Fits in the palm of your hand.
No, he's bigger. He still has a house cat.
Yeah, he's about the size of a
okay.
cat.
Oh, gotcha.
He can fit on your shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
he usually hangs out on my shoulder.
Okay. Well, there's no fucking being sneaky around here, then I'm gonna be standing around with a dragon on my shoulder. Sounds dope to me.
And the rest of you are approaching the theater?
Well, I'm staying outside as well, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor.
All right.
Yeah, Tyler's
Taylor
going
staying
in
outside
as
with the
the
rigs.
mouse.
Yep. Tyler's the mouse in there, and Garuk, are you staying out or going in?
Going in.
Group was going in.
Okay.
I figured two people's acceptable.
Yep. So two people and a mouse walk up to a theater, and
Start of a bad joke.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
And the bartender says, "Why the long face?"
yep, because the mouse pooped. That's why.
And
So-
technically, the mouse got pooped in.
Oh, excuse me.
This is
Yep.
true.
So you three approached the front door with the two guys. They just they were very clearly paying attention to what you guys were doing. But now that you're actively approaching, they're just gonna look at you. Oh, I'm sorry, the theater's closed until tonight's performance.
I'll palm the pass. Show it to him. I have an appointment with Lucius.
He looks at it, looks at you. Right this way. And just kind of nods at his compatriot who goes and stands guard at the door as he leads you into the theater. First thing you guys notice, Finn, you're kind of familiar with this. This does have a roof on it, although it can be collapsed for open air theater. It's mostly rounded stage up in the front area. Seats are all around to the sides in kind of a half circle. There is a second story to this. They appear to be rehearsing at the moment, but the man you should pass to leads you off behind all of the seats and to take you backstage, essentially. You get a couple different looks from a few different people. You notice a few different guards in various points, just kind of standing watching over the rehearsal, occasionally shouting some body criticism about how someone is completely awful at playing the Lancer. Eventually making your way backstage, seeing some people, getting stuff ready for tonight's performance and things like that. Leading you to a main office, knocking on the door twice and opening it and gesturing you inward.
Step in.
All right. Two of you step in and the door closes behind you. Sitting behind a very large oaken desk is a man you are familiar with, unfortunately, Finn. Lucius. Hair's a little grayer than the last time you saw him, as he's clearly aged a few years. And it seems since he's taken over, the stress of it has gotten to a little bit. He actually looks older than he should be. He's not that much older than you, but he looks 10, 15 years your senior now at this point. Graying of the temples, short brown colored hair, appears to just be going through some paperwork as he looks at you come in. You can almost see the face break for a second as he recognizes you. Well, I'll be damned. I didn't expect to see a ghost today.
Yeah. Didn't expect to be here today.
That I can't imagine why. What do you want?
I heard rumors there's still somebody running around town using the Stormraven name.
Other than you?
I haven't been running around town.
Fair enough. I haven't heard anything about it, and even if I did, I wouldn't help you.
Yeah, I could see that. But it's not just me asking.
And who exactly is asking then?
Well, I mean, I'm asking, but it's a favor for the order.
Really? Got any proof of that?
I'll pull the pass out.
He just kind of eyes you. As far as I know, he's dead. He's been dead for several years now. No one's been running around with that name to my knowledge. If anyone's going to know, go ask Jaren. He should be out there fucking something up as a production assistant, I'm sure. In fact, I think he's one of the last Storm Ravens that is still in the city. Most of you managed to either scurry the fuck out, hide that you were ever a member, or die. So,
Yep. I heard that. Probably worked out well for a cruise like yours.
little extra territory never hurts.
All right. Well, that's it. In that case, it's been a pleasure. I'll go talk to Jaren and I'll be on my way.
I hope he helps you in any way he's able to.
Yeah. Thanks. It's been
Mm-hmm.
great.
Have fun. And he kind of he slams his fist on the desk twice. The door opens up. The same guard that had walked you through here waits for you to leave the office before closing it behind him. He just kind of looks at you guys.
Supposed to go talk to Jaren.
He goes and leads you a little more behind stage where they're working on some prop development and stuff, fixing some stuff that might have gotten damaged during performance. Eventually, you do find Finn. You're only, like I said, you are aware of the person. You've seen him once or twice, and he seems familiar enough from your like vague memory on him. He's a little younger than you, kind of bigger and brawnier, more of an enforcer type, which that's what he did for the Storm Ravens as well. So it kind of fits. A little bit long, like almost like a bowl cut, black hair. Tied back a little bit right now while he's working on some stuff. Very, very carefully trying to repaint some faded backgrounds for the show. As you two in the guard and approach, he just kind of stops and looks over his shoulder. Can I help you?
Yeah. I heard a rumor that there was somebody running around with the Imperials using the old Stormraven name.
Can't say I've heard of anything like that. Last I heard, that all the Storm Ravens died.
That's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, I mean, two of them were killed by the third, and then the third got set on fire when he pissed off everyone else, so that's all I really know about it, unfortunately.
You know anybody else from the crew around in town that I could talk to?
Every one of the old crew, they've kind of died off at this point, but yeah, I think I'm it. The only reason I made it was because I'm dumb. I didn't really know anything. Can I ask who's asking about it?
Interested party.
Okay. Well, then the interested party might want to know that they, because of what happened with the third one, they say there's a ghost that haunts the ash lot at night. Don't know if that has anything to do with what the interested party's looking into, but
They say ghosts at night, huh? All right.
as soon as it starts getting dark, they say that there's always some ghost haunting around the lot. Don't say who. They're never specific. Rumors.
No.
Who knows? Probably could be, just something unrelated. I mean, there's ghosts up in the North Slopes, right?
There's ghosts all over the place in this town.
Hope it helped.
Yeah. Helped enough. All right, well, let you get back to it, man. Thanks for the time.
No problem. Take it easy. He just goes back to painting.
He seemed like he was being forthcoming.
Go ahead and roll an insight check. I mean, enough. He doesn't seem like the smartest cookie. He definitely fits the enforcer type that you're very familiar with. So, I mean, if he's lying, he's a damn good liar. Otherwise, everything seems, just above board.
Head outside.
All right.
I'll take the long way back to the jester, just to make sure
Okay.
we're not being tailed.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Okay. You do not see anybody.
I'll tell everybody else too. Like, keep your eyes open. I don't. That pass lasts while we're there, but once we're done, I wouldn't be surprised if Lucius wasn't willing to let things go.
I guess you're back outside, right? At this point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
you
always
guys
told you
back
guys
to the
that.
Jester's
Okay,
Taker.
so that pass just got you in there for this temporary meeting then.
Yeah, no, that was just to get in there to talk to him, to ask him a couple questions.
And how did it go? How did he seem with you?
Frostily cordial?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably safe to say that he knew about definitely the fiance. I'm gonna say probably good chance about the mom.
Okay.
So
we might be a little bit on our own moving forward then.
well, I mean, the dude that I talked to said that apparently the story is that ghosts haunt the ash lot. So I think maybe after dark we need to swing by the ash lot and see what there is to see.
Okay.
I mean, I assume if the Imperials have something big going on, then I'm assuming that our friends are probably involved in it, right? I mean, does that sound like, does that track with you guys?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we could check out I know we were told not to, but I mean, we could surreptitiously check out that light rail spot and see if we spot, because one of those guys hangs out here all the time. It's the goblin.
Narrate.
Yeah, from the information you guys have been provided, supposedly there's a workshop somewhere in Hilltown that is home to Narrate the Tinkerer.
Yeah, I mean, I think to this point, there's a reason why we haven't really brought that name up anywhere. We've got this business to take care of, and there's a chance that it could lead us to that direction. But I'd be afraid to say that guy's name anywhere, right?
Well, it's a she, but
Narrate, she's a she. Okay.
right, Narrate is a she, right?
Yes, Narrate is a female.
Okay.
I might broach that name with Fitzy, see if it rings any bells with him. But yeah, no, that's definitely not a mixed company name to drop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are we heading that direction? I mean, we could stop off real quick if you wanted to run in, and I mean, we haven't put any feelers out on that particular.
Well, since the Stormraven name was a bust, that's the next step is trying to see where she might operate out of.
Okay.
And then, I mean, I think we should definitely check the lot out after dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's currently early afternoon, so like 1, 2, 3, somewhere in that range. You've got time to kill before dark, so are you just wanting to head to Fitzy's shop or anything
Yeah,
else?
I'll head to the pawn shop. I don't know, do you guys need anything? I mean, are you guys looking for any gear? I mean, if you want anything, Fitzy can probably get it.
There's
don't
also
think
a
so.
lot to explore in Hilltown.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gigantic fucking city.
Yeah, I mean, at one point when we've got time, I might hit up a weaponsmith just to take a look. I've got my military issued short sword, and frankly, I'm ready to be done with it.
Tyler shifts back and she's like, I need new armor.
Sounds like we got some business we can attend to if we've got time.
Yeah. Well, let's go talk to Fitzy, and then he can probably point us at some solid merchants if that's what you guys are looking for.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No.
All
Let's
right.
get back to the Whispering Dwarf.
Okay, walking by the ash lot again.
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping an eye out again. It doesn't look like there's anyone on the roofs watching or anything. But you make your way back into the city, back once again to the Whispering Dwarf, opening the door, heading into the back. Fitzy just kind of looks up. How did the meeting go?
I mean, unproductive, but it went about how I expected it.
Well, I mean, you don't look bloodied, so that's an improvement.
He didn't try to kill me yet. I think he may.
Well, keep your eyes open as always.
Of course. So these guys were looking for some new gear. Can you point us to some reputable weapon and armor smiths?
Well, if you're looking just for weapons in particular, down in the Lowgate quarter, Disa has a smithy. She's a human, but she knows a lot about dwarven styles of smithing, so it's pretty good quality stuff. She even can do a little bit of dwarven style enchanting. But she's mainly a weapons smith. Not a lot of armor on that part. Armor, probably your best bet will be Nuso's Halberks over in the East End. He's a bit weird, and he has a certain style that he always follows with, but some of the best armor in the city's made there. And they're fair prices. If you're looking for something a little more extravagant and certainly enchanted, there's always the Golden Tower, but I think you need an appointment to get in there, and even then I think only one in your group would be even allowed in there. It's, you know the story of Galus.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, he's forgot you're not from around here. Arcanist Galus the Golden runs the Golden Tower magical firm, and he's very much a pure-blooded Imperial, and likes to remind everybody by not doing business with those who aren't human, or doing business with them very poorly.
Okay.
He's not a nice man. I mean, the fact that his building looks like a giant golden dildo is absurd enough, but
Okay. I like you, Fitzy.
He's certainly compensating for something.
more than likely. But, let's see, if you're just looking for certain enchantment stuff, Imperia Ridge has Shield Home. I've never been in there myself, but the place has a lot of stories about how cool it is inside. She's a little... Harry runs the place, but she's a little weird. But then again, so are we all, I guess. Yeah, that's about what I have. If you need a good clock, Ambridge is always open.
Yeah. Like, we can look at the sun. Thanks, Fitzy.
Well, I mean, so can most people, but not always in certain parts of Hilltown. A watch always helps.
Yeah. That dude makes fucking great clocks.
A
And you know,
watch? Like,
It's like a clock
clockwork,
you wear
like-
on your wrist or carry
yeah,
around in your pocket.
you've seen. I'm assuming you've seen a clock tower before.
Sure.
Picture a tiny one strapped to your arm.
No. No. Have I? No. I've never seen anything like that before. The tells.
I mean, you've seen a clock tower. The cathedral in Corda had
Sure.
a clock, like a clock
Sure.
built in the tower. But
Sure.
yeah, the idea behind, you know, a miniaturized clock strapped to your arm it's novel.
Oh, okay. I have to see this.
Go ahead. They say Ambrid, who runs the place, is supposed to be immortal.
Ambrid, huh?
Yep. The place has been
Okay.
named Ambrid's Clocks for several hundred years.
Hmm.
And it's always been someone named Ambrid running the place.
Okay. Interesting.
And he's human. No elfin blood in that one.
Okay. We were a wealth. I mean, this is a lot of good stuff here. That's exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Glad I was able to help. If you think I need to know anything going on in the city, let me know. I don't get out a lot.
Yeah, seems quiet. So kind of a little bit of a possibly potentially dangerous question to ask. You know any thing about a goblin tinker named Narret?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. You kind of see almost a little bit of a recognition on his face. Master Bueller, while I do owe your family quite a bit, and I've always counted myself as a friend of your family, I would recommend not investigating anything with that name. I don't know much about the Order's going-ons, but I do know that they very much do not like anyone mentioning that name in particular. I won't tell you to not follow up on any inquiries you are, but I will tell you to be very, very careful.
That's why I started with you.
He just kind of looks at you. And if you have to ask anywhere, start in the East End. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Fair enough. That's more helpful than I would have hoped. So
Just be careful. I've seen too many storm ravens die in my lifetime. I'd like to see at least one maybe outlive me.
well, I've seen a couple doing the same. We'll see.
Well, let me know if I can be of any more help, or if you need me to talk to anyone, upstairs.
Sure. No, I appreciate it, Fitzy. It's been a while, but it's been a pleasure. I might be around for a while, so I'll stop in before I leave.
Let me know. And I almost forgot to mention, it's a full moon tonight, starting for the next couple of nights. If your friends aren't from around here, maybe they might want to see the temple up in North Slopes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. It is cool. Yeah, you guys gotta check this shit out. It's just like temple ruins, but when the moon's full, like it's intact. Like it looks like it's like the real like new whole temple.
Okay. I appreciate things like that.
Yeah, it's cool to check out. All right, well, what do you think? You guys want to go fucking tool up?
Sounds good.
All right. With that, you guys depart the Whispering Dwarf once more. Where are you heading, Finn? Where are you taking him?
That will be up to you. Hey, I don't know how much time you've got left on your game night, Corey, but is it cool we take a quick break? I'm gonna run upstairs
Yeah,
and say goodnight to the
I'm good
boys.
for that. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we're good for that. And I also completely forgot one place to mention for shops and things like that. But it's the War Merchant in Old Hilltown. Forgot that one existed. But I
War
think
merchant?
yeah, I
Oh,
think it
yeah.
should be. I think it should be in your notes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So that
Oh
one's
yeah,
that one's on the
they
list
got
too.
exotic stuff. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm digging right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So,
what you'll dig.
but yeah,
Yeah, they
so you
got
gotta
good
look
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
let's go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna run to the bathroom, fill up my water and stuff. So
Cool.
All right.
say 10, 15-ish
Back
minutes.
That works.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. There.
Sounds good.
Yep. I even apparently have the same reputation with Zach's kids as the Splinter Whisperer.
There you go.
Ah.
Quite the reputation to have.
We
Yeah.
are back.
All right. So, Finn, you now have a couple of options where to take them shopping. Where do you want to go?
I mean, it kind of depends on what. I mean, I'm assuming you guys have the same like gigantic pile of cash that I have, right?
Fairly decent, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you guys looking for? I know Tyler. Tyler.
Me?
Tyler.
Yes.
Twins.
You wanted
Mm.
armor, right?
Yeah.
If we both could actually possibly find some armor, that would be nice, and I wouldn't mind some
Ooh, do you want
arrows.
to match?
I
Should we
mean,
match?
if you want, sure.
Okay. Well, the Nusos is over in the east, so that's a haul. So we can hit that up. War merchants mostly got knives, like swords and stuff.
Yeah, it's more blade than anything else. Yeah, Nusos for armor. What else did I give you? I mean, you're
Golden
aware of
Tower,
armor.
but that dude's fucking racist.
Yeah,
So
he is.
Logate,
just
that's
so
almost to the east end. I
in
mean
case I
Logate,
missed
like the
anything, War Merchant. What was that? Was that what the one that was
yeah,
sounding
War
dope?
Merchant's over in that's she's in Old Hill Town.
Yeah,
So-
you'd be aware, Finn. Her shop is just off of the main square in Old Hill Town, so they could if you guys take or if you took them there, they could see some of the famous sites of Hilltown as well.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the closest spot. So I mean, if you're looking for blades,
By far.
bricks, we'll hit there, and then we'll see what time looks like, and then I mean we can either go to like Logate to hit up the Disa spot. Like she does a lot of Dwarven runes, so she may be able to do some enchanting. So,
Okay.
and then like I said, the what's his ass, the nice one, not the War Merchant. Oh wait, yeah, the War Merchant. That's in Old Hill Town. Where's the one in East? East End.
Hills was Nusos.
That's Nusos. Yeah. And then there's Shield Home. Like she does magical armor and weapons, but that's in the Ridge. So
Yeah,
I mean-
it's a little higher end, and it's not always like a guaranteed selection. It's kind of missing that.
yeah, it's gonna be like.
But you've heard the
niche
stories
type
too.
stuff.
The place is kind of cool to look at.
I mean, I think we should probably hit it up for sure. So yeah, I say we start with the War Merchant, and then see where the day takes us.
Sounds good
Does
to
that
me.
sound good to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. With that, you lead them down the main western road through Ash Alley into what eventually becomes Old Hill Town. Once again, seeing the old-style dwarven, slightly human-influenced architecture there. And eventually coming to a site you guys haven't seen yet, the main square of Old Hill Town. It's a very open-air, well-curated trees and lots and everything, plenty of benches, almost like a park, but no real greenery in this area. You do see at the far end of this main square is very, very obviously placed a massive white marble cathedral covered with the symbols of Nolarn, the god of the empire, the god of justice, this and that, all of that. Very clearly meant to be the centerpiece of this entire square, but off of the, almost in the middle of the main square is also this giant white stone hovering about 20 feet in the air. Not moving, not glowing or anything, just hanging there. You can see a couple kids kind of jumping up, trying to get at it a little bit. Almost like a game with each other, but plenty of people just milling around, hanging out in the main square of this as you guys continue walking, heading towards a couple streets away from, but still on the main square of Old Hill Town is the War Merchant.
How did my passenger do when I was around the temple and alarm?
No, he hasn't said anything. You
No.
don't have any inklings yet. So
I'm staying well the fuck away from that place, just for the record.
I figured you would.
I don't like that whole touch it, get protected from evil for a year and a day thing. Demon out.
I mean, hey, no one's ever been able to prove that the Keystone actually does that. It's always just been the rumor.
But well, I've got an elder god in my head, so fairly sure that's not happening all over the place.
Fair enough. So, but you guys continue walking past Temple Plaza and all this, enjoying a bit of the shade trees and a few fountains that are kind of here and there. Seeing this side of Hilltown after having spent just so much time now in West Hills and Ash Alley, it almost seems like a completely different city. Honestly, it's kind of hard to reconcile that these two are, I mean, within an hour's walking distance from each other. It's just night and day. But you make your way to the War Merchant. Outside, it's a very unobtrusive building. It's not even really like a whole lot of advertising. You don't hear any kind of smithing or anything. This isn't a smith. In fact, it looks like a merchant's shop with poor advertising out front, other than a simple sign that says War Merchant on the door.
Yeah, the rumor is that this place has got some kind of like black magic that steals the weapons from fallen warriors and brings them here, and then they resell them.
No shit. Okay.
I don't know how much that's just marketing or how much that's legit, so.
Alright.
Heading in?
Set in. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You guys enter the shop, and the first thing you notice is that you guys barely fit in this shop. There are plenty of shelves, and almost all of them are cluttered. Just various piles of blades and a few axes and some spears and daggers, and basically every kind of weapon that you could possibly think of is here in multiple and sitting in a pile on a shelf somewhere, making it a little hard to navigate without getting poked or sliced or anything like that. But you make your way to the main counter and see a human female, bald-headed. She has no hair whatsoever, but piercing blue eyes, and she just kind of looks at you. Welcome to the War Merchant. How can I help you?
I'm personally looking for a weapon. And
Okay.
I'll unsheath my government-issued short sword and just slam it on the table and say, I'm done with this, and I need something else.
Okay.
Preferably something a little sharper.
She picks it up, just kind of looks at it. Is this a long sword or short sword?
It's a short sword. I've two-weapon fighting, so I've got two short swords.
Okay. Are you getting rid of both?
The other one is personal to me. I'm holding on to it right now.
Okay. She takes a look at this, just kind of mulls it over. Short sword, Corton pattern, clearly government issue based on the ridges here at the... if you're looking for some kind of exchange, I can give you a couple silver for this. As far as replacements, let me take a look. And she pulls out this big, fucking massive leather tome and just starts scrolling through here a little bit. Looks like I've got in stock at least, I've got a flame tongue short sword for you if you're wanting to light everything on fire.
Okay.
I've got a couple giant slayer short swords if you're looking to stab stuff that's bigger than you.
Okay.
Let's see, a couple just basic enchantment ones depending on how expensive you're wanting to get.
Is the flame tongue? Is it a short sword?
Yeah, flame tongue short sword. Yeah.
Can I take a look at it?
She goes. She checks her book for the listing, steps around the counter, and goes mulling about in the piles of weapons. And eventually goes and pulls out short sword. Just kind of hands it over to you and keeping an eye on you, obviously, with this. Hands it over to you. It's very well crafted. It's very clearly enchanted, there's no rust or anything on it, really. Even just holding it, it's warm to the touch. It's got
Yeah.
on the main guard on each side of it, intricately carved little dragon heads.
Uh-huh.
And the blade itself, it's not like a straight edge blade or anything. It almost has a bit of like a flame-like curve to it itself.
Ooh. Okay.
So it's kind of cool looking.
All right. And anything? I mean, it feels warm. Does this do something? I mean,
Well, yeah,
it
you
feels.
have to attune to it in order to activate the enchantment on there. But whenever you activate it, the blade basically gets covered in fire. You can see for quite a ways around you. You hurt stuff. You're burning stuff with fire as you're slashing it. So.
Okay. What
And
are
then
you looking for?
you can turn off the enchantment anytime you want or whenever you put it away. So.
Okay. What are you looking for this one?
Flame tongue that typically runs around 1,500 gold.
Okay. Would you take 13?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Good. Okay.
You have like 2 nat ones in a row.
Actually, I say it like this. Would you take 13? And I raise my eyebrows and I just start going.
She slowly takes
Fucking
the sword back from you. That's a firm 1,500.
Snort.
Puts it back in the pile.
Save all my shitty rolls for this game. Alright. You know what? Is there a money back guarantee if this piece of shit doesn't work?
All of my weapons work, but yes, if you're wanting some kind of guarantee, they do come with a guarantee that they will work.
Well, you're lucky I got money burning a hole in my pocket. I'll take it.
Okay. And she hands you back the blade and an accompanying sheath, which, as you know, you look at the sheath, it's kind of cool. It's got a almost like swirling flame pattern etched into the leather itself of orange, yellow, and red.
Okay. I'm not one for flashy things, but I have a good feeling about this one, and especially if it's gonna throw some light out there. That sounds good.
Okay. That's 1,500 gold, and you now own a flame tongue short sword.
All right, and I still got a little bit of money, but not too terribly much. Flame tongue short sword.
Not sure if Roll20 will have it. I know at least D&D Beyond will, but...
Yeah.
There it is. Flame tongue short sword. Yep.
It's on Roll20?
It's not. I was looking on D&D Beyond just to make sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is this
flame tongue short sword.
is this 2d6?
It's one.
Extra?
It's still your standard 1d6, but while the flames are active, it's 2d6 fire.
Sweet. Okay, perfect.
Along with your
And
1d6
it's-
slashing. So
And it gives off bright light for 40
feet.
Is it 40 feet
40
and then
feet.
another dim light for another something feet?
Correct.
Yeah, I think I gave one to Ashley in my other game. Sounds pretty dope. I'll take one of these bad boys. Right on. Actually, in that interaction, I know I did not persuade very well, but I would have taken whatever she would have given me for that military issued quota.
Oh, it was like 2 silver.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
It was dinged up. It wasn't fresh off the.
No, it's a piece of shit. Yeah. All right, cool.
So yeah, she just kind of looks at the rest of your party. Are any of you interested in anything? I've got blades aplenty here.
Wouldn't happen to have arrows, would you?
I might have a few lying around. They're not exactly my specialty, but I can probably scrounge up a few. She goes back to her tome real quick. Let's see. I have 5. It looks like I have 5 well-enchanted arrows and 15 minorly enchanted arrows. So she's got 15 plus 1s and 5 plus 2 arrows. Breaking character for a moment.
How much for the minor enchanted ones?
For the plus 1s, it is 10 gold apiece, or I can part with all of them for 125.
How about 110?
Roll persuasion. Okay. She kind of looks at you.
Bastard.
Sorry, you used the bad roll.
Well, it's probably the best I'm going to get for them. They're not exactly a hot item here. She goes and heads, and yeah, 110 for 15 plus 1 arrows.
Okay.
Looks at the rest of you. Anything else I can interest you in? Some exotic blades?
Got
Maybe a
any
boomerang or
daggers?
two? I might have a few daggers lying around. Let's check here. She checks her book. I have here... Looks like I have 2 daggers of venom for 1,000 gold each. 1 dragon tooth dagger. Nope, sorry, never mind. Sold that one. Just sold the flame tongue dagger as well. I might still have a moon touch dagger. Nope, don't have that either. Let's see. Daggers seem to be going pretty well lately.
Got any scimitars?
I should have some scimitars, yes.
I'll take the 2 venom ones.
For 1,000 gold each? All right. That'll be 2,000 gold,
1,500.
please.
How about 1,500 for both?
Roll persuasion with disadvantage. She doesn't like. This is now the 3rd time she's been bartered with. She ain't doing too much.
God damn it!
Sorry.
You guys have been pushing your luck.
Sorry, Zach negotiates about as well as he bribes.
And that's with my bribery is with a +8 charisma sorcerer.
Yep. She just kind of looks at you.
That was more
Firm
of a role-playing
2,000, I'm
fail.
afraid.
Yeah.
Nice fail.
All right.
Okay, that's 2,000 gold,
Yeah.
and she hands over 2 daggers of venom. And then
Daggers of
Tyler, you said you wanted a scimitar, correct?
Yeah, if she has anything that looks nice.
She's double checking her inventory here because she's got plenty of things. Let's see. It looks like I have a flame tongue scimitar, and a scimitar of life stealing, and a scimitar of wounding.
Ooh. Scimitar wounding sounds pretty nice.
Ooh, and an interesting one that I haven't really checked out yet. A scimitar of certain death. Supposedly, whenever you damage a creature with this, they can't regain hit points. Out of character, I'm saying that because there's no reason that she would use the term hit points.
It creates wounds that don't
And,
heal.
how much is that?
What now?
How much would that be?
This would be 1,500.
I need to buy some armor. Maybe I'll save up and come back.
I'll keep it here as long as I can.
All right.
Anyone else? No? Bueller?
No,
Bueller?
I'm good. Nope, I'm good.
Nope, Bueller's fine.
Bueller.
I am a weapon.
Fair enough.
So I don't want to waste too much time with it. Does Roll20 function the same way with D&D Beyond? Like, if I can I add my short sword in, or do I just need to like manually do it?
You should be able, if it's in your inventory as a item with an attack, it should automatically have your attack added.
Okay.
In theory.
Okay.
That's supposed to be how it works, I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can figure it out later. I don't want to waste too much time with it.
Yeah, can take some digging around with it, but yeah. I mean, if not, again, it's 2d6 fire for you. So.
All right, cool, cool. That'll work.
Okay, so everyone done with the war merchant then?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk back outside into the Temple Plaza of Old Hill Town. Looking around, there's still kids playing around with the keystone floating in the air. But where next?
Let's see. Okay. We could probably get to Lowgate and back to our thing tonight, right?
Yeah, at this point it's getting close to 6-ish again. From where you are, it'd take you a little under an hour to get to Lowgate if traffic's all right. And then from Lowgate back to the Ash Lot and everything, it'd probably be dark by then.
I'm assuming like the Deesa Smithy's gonna have like she's gonna be open this late.
By the time you get there, yeah, she should be open. If not, it'd be kind of odd. Most shops stay open until it's like actually dark out.
Okay.
Simply because in most of the like shopping areas of Hilltown, they have pretty decent lighting set up.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, let's go check out the smithy and.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You guys head down to Deesa Smithy, following one of the eastern roads until you get into the Lowgate district. Some smaller hills down in this area, but eventually hearing the methodical tinking of a hammer against an anvil, as you find a plain-looking shop named Deesa Smithy. You can see in the window, like up on the racks behind the main counter inside, numerous warhammers, mauls, things like that. A few pieces of just scattered armor. A few different, almost like dwarven pattern of weapons. It seems like it's living up to the reputation that this is very much like a dwarven style weapon shop. Guys heading in?
Yeah.
Okay. Head inside. She's currently not in the main shop area itself, but you do see a sign that says "Ring Bell for Assistance," as you can hear outside the clinking of the hammer on the anvil.
I'll ring the bell.
Okay.
Ding.
Ring the bell a few times, and you eventually hear the hammer stop. Get set down. You hear some footsteps as she comes into the shop from the yard outside. Human woman, darker skinned, hair tied back, very like rough looking thick leather apron, very typical blacksmith. Some thick gloves on, covered in soot in a few places. Just kind of looks at you guys. Can I help you?
The talkative half elves would like armor.
Yes, please.
Armor. Okay. Let me take a look here. She just kind of looks at you guys, your height and everything. I have a few things. I mostly cater to a shorter clientele,
Figured.
but I might have some stuff here. She kind of starts looking around. What kind of armor are you looking for, like style-wise? Are you looking for hide, leather, scale?
Leather would be great.
Leather, okay.
Or either one.
I do have a bit of armor here. It's enchanted leather armor. Not like super powerful enchantment, but basically it's a lot faster to get off. It's almost as soon as you unbuckle one of the straps, the rest of it comes off really quickly.
Oh.
It's stripper armor.
I've got some armor here.
Sugar on me.
He just smirks.
I've got some armor here that always seems like it's kind of smoldering, has some smoke rising from it. It's kind of cool looking, doesn't really do much.
Yeah, that's cool.
What else do I have here? I do have... Oh, this is probably one of the nicer things I have that might fit you. I've got some leather armor here that's fire resistant. And she holds up this set of it is full leather armor, similar to what you have, and are looking for. Would fit a humanoid of normal size, not a dwarf. But you see, most of the leather itself is almost like darkened and hardened, as if it's fire resistant.
Nice.
Is it normal leather or studded leather?
It is normal leather.
Okay.
I'd have some studded leather options if you want that, though.
That would be fantastic.
Okay. I've got 2 sets of the studded that it's the same ones as earlier, the easier to take off and the kind of smoking armor, and then it looks like some studded leather armor that can take a bit more impact and out of character. It's armor of force resistance, studded leather, so you'll have resistance to force damage while wearing it.
I'll do the studded that's easy to take off.
Okay. She goes and finds it real quick, pulls it out. It takes a little bit of sizing just to get it right for you. But cast off armor, studded leather, that'll be 200 gold.
200?
Mm-hmm.
How about 180?
Go ahead and roll persuasion. With advantage.
Let's see if I'm doing any better.
Persuasion with advantage.
Oh, great. Roll 20 crash too. Cool.
$13.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I do want to help you get out of your armor quicker. How about 190?
Done.
All right. She kind of gives you a wink as you guys do the exchange.
He just smirks.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do that.
All right, but
I don't
yeah,
think
you
she can teach you to have lesbians want to sleep with you.
You suddenly watch as this dark-skinned blacksmith woman, her cheeks light up a little red. If that's it,
what do you got in the way of like enchanted stuff, like
Real
anything
smooth, guys.
protection-y? What?
I don't have a whole lot. If you're looking for stuff outside of armor and weapons, I don't have a whole lot. I might have a few things here. Let me double check. I had it written somewhere. Oh, I've got this, and she pulls out a silver-looking ring with a bit of amethyst lodged in it. Supposedly, this makes you easier to... can fight off poison while wearing it.
That's cool.
Not a whole lot here, unfortunately. This is more of a armor and dwarven weapons shop. Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. No, I'm tagging along, so I was just seeing if you had anything cool.
Yeah, some stuff. Not a lot.
Yeah, no worries.
I just thought of something, Corey. Tell
Yeah.
me this: whenever you attune to something, do you like immediately know literally everything about it? Is that how it works? Like just like if you pick up something and attune to it. So this is what I totally forgot about was that shit I attuned to that you gave me stats on. And I haven't done nothing with it.
Yeah, you haven't done anything with it, and it hasn't really come up because I kind of forgot to mention. You do know you have a functional working of things. There may be aspects to it that you might not know about, but you understand how it functions at the very least. So for the record, you guys have, as you guys have been going around with Rix, it just kind of dawns on you as you guys are in an armor shop. You look at Rix, and he's wearing normal clothes. And
Yeah.
That's it. Like, he's not wearing his armor.
Disa, have you ever seen anything like this? And
Oh,
I
God.
activate it. I don't even know what the fuck it's gonna do, or what it looks like.
Okay,
But I activate it.
Which form?
Defense.
Okay, you guys watch as suddenly Rix is encased in this giant hulking suit of armor, very similar to the light blade armor you guys fought against a couple days ago. Like he's hulking out. For anyone that's played anything involving Warhammer, he very much looks like a space marine right now.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Disa kind of looks at it. She's like, I mean, that looks like light blade armor, but it shouldn't have been able to just appear.
I deactivate it, and then I activate stealth mode just to see what it looks like.
Okay, you guys suddenly watch as the armor shifts. It doesn't. You don't have to deactivate it every time. You can shift from one form to the next. So you don't. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
you guys watch it. Suddenly, the massive hulking plate armor that Rix was encased in shrinks down back to his normal size. He's now encased in almost this like thin, fibrous-looking armor that covers him from toe to neck entirely. It's very flexible. He just kind of moves his arms around a little bit. Doesn't seem to be grating or scraping it on anything. Doesn't even seem to be making noise in general.
Mm-hmm. Pretty dope. I'd officially deactivate it and take it back down to whatever it was.
All right, you take the powered off mode, and Rix is suddenly back there with his normal his clothing on, his uniform or whatever the hell he's wearing normally. So
my guess is Disa knows nothing about this.
No, she kind of just looks
probably...
stunned, and she's like, that is so far out of my league." I mean, if you're looking to get it like appraised or something, I would take it to Golden Tower or something. Maybe they can help. Or
yeah, I've heard a lot about Golden Tower. I think I'll just stay where I am.
That's fair. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that or anything like that, but it's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's hand.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll help me not show off my coppageness quite so much. Is that a word? Made it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, they certainly won't be paying attention to the fact that you used to be a cop if you're wearing that gigantic set of fuck you armor.
I mean, if you want something to add to it,
and then I can pull out my flame-tongued sword.
Like it doesn't have a helmet with that armor. I mean, I've got this, and she holds up this kind of big, like all-encompassing steel helm. And as you kind of like, she shifts it around a little bit. As you kind of look at where the eye holes are, like they vaguely glow red.
Okay. What's the story here? What is this?
I don't really know the story. I was sold this by a dwarf who said it's supposed to scare the shit out of everybody, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does. I mean, you look at it, it's pretty terrifying to look at. Like, it's a very intimidating helmet. Supposedly, it just makes you look scarier while you wear it.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, it's not like heavily enchanted or anything. There's not really, other than like, she moves it around a little bit so you can see the eye color fade a little bit. She's like, other than that, like that's it. But
okay.
I mean,
yeah,
it's kind of cool.
I don't need anything to make me look scarier. I'm already scary enough.
I mean, it's a helmet.
Does it add anything?
You don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. all you know is right now you're not wearing a helmet.
How much?
I want to do in this video.
20 gold.
I'm sorry. What was it?
20 gold.
20 gold?
Yeah, it's just a helmet with cool eyes, and she keeps shifting.
I mean, you guys
she puts it on briefly. She puts it on briefly, and it is kind of terrifying. Like, her eyes glow red through them. So,
is she acting shifty here? Like she's moving around? Like, does she want to get rid of this piece of shit? 20 gold.
It's a basic helmet. That's thinking about it. That's not that uncommon for base armor and shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a little pricey, but then again, it also makes your eyes glow red. So maybe that's why it's a little. I mean, a standard steel full helm for plate armor typically runs like 10 gold. So this isn't like dirt cheap or anything, but it's not overpriced, really.
All right. How about 18 gold, and I'll take it.
She kind of like side eyes over at Tyler a little bit. Yeah, all right, that works.
All right. Take this fucking thing and put it on my head.
Okay. You put the helmet on, and sure enough, you guys all watch. His eyes are now like almost like a light, just emanating from the eye holes, glowing red. as
And
you
then
put on this helmet.
And then I activate my fucking defense mode, and then I pull out my short. Oh wait, I can't pull out my short sword yet. I haven't tuned to it. Damn it.
Yeah, you won't be able to activate that yet. But you activate defense mode. You guys are almost certain. He looks almost like immediately like a light blade now. Other than the paint job and the glowing, like there's no arcane energy glowing around the armor, but it's intimidating. Like he's fucking decked out.
I'm not
right
sure if
now.
this is a good thing or a bad thing, but
It's
feels
certainly
kinda nice.
not inconspicuous.
No. Not like I was inconspicuous before anyway.
That's true.
Alright. Good deal.
Rix, as you're wearing the helmet and the armor, you hear this
Mm-hmm.
just inaudible, like almost inaudible, but you do hear it like a click at the back of your neck, and that's it.
I hear a click, or I feel a click, or all I do is I hear it?
You hear a click, like a very soft click at the back of your neck.
Okay. Alright. I'll take the helmet off.
You can't. As you try to remove it, it's part of the armor now at this point.
Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna deactivate the armor.
As you deactivate the armor, the helmet comes apart, and it's suddenly all housed back in its unit, including the helmet.
Oh, the helmet too?
The helmet too.
Fuck yeah,
Oh, it's yours
baby.
now.
Alright, good deal. Money well spent.
For D&D Beyond, if you're wanting to add it, you have a dread helm.
Dread helm, alright, cool.
I don't know if it'll
Throw
be
that
a
in.
roll 20 or not, but all it is literally just a normal steel helm. This fearsome steel helm makes your eyes glow red.
Alright, cool.
That's all it does. But yeah, it's now officially a part of at least defense mode. You haven't tried it in stealth or attack mode, so
Yeah, I probably don't want that in any other mode, but we'll see. Cool.
It is in roll 20.
oh, that's cool. There you go.
Alright, right on. I'll add it.
Yeah, there's no armor bonus or anything. It's just kind of cool.
Okay. That'll work.
All right. Anyone else want to try and get anything here or have any requests?
I mean, if I can try and find something better than the scale mail, the basic scale mail I have.
She looks over your body, just getting your size in general. Let me see here. She's checking her inventory. You're wanting to stick with scale mail, or are you wanting something more than that, or?
I mean, I still want to be able to keep my mobility and stealth if I
Fair.
can, but...
Well, I've got the same kind of variants as that your sister bought. The easier to remove stuff, the smoking set. I do have a set of scale mail that's resistant to acid. And I forgot. Someone sold me this earlier. She goes and pulls out this set of scale mail that you can clearly see, like, the typical steel or iron scales on it, but the chain underneath it holding all the scales together is like a thicker blackish, like dark metal. You've only ever seen one set of armor similar to this. This is adamantine.
Ooh.
I've got exactly one set of scale mail, adamantine reinforced. Makes it so it's a little bit harder to damage you if you take a hit.
Nice, and how much is that going for?
This will go for 700 gold.
No, I can do that. They've talked you down. I'm just going to pay the full price.
All right.
I think it's fair.
Oh, well, look at you.
There you go. 700 gold later, you now have a set of adamantine scale mail.
Question for you guys. I currently still have about 150 gold and 49 platinum. Does that sound right? Do we have that much money?
I mean, you guys got loaded up at one point.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
Molly's concept of fair payment for jobs well done was not very normal.
Yeah. All right, gotcha. I just wanted to make sure, like I
mean,
do
in
my
general,
best
this
to keep
concept
up
of
with.
money doesn't exist. So,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
and as I'm sure Taylor can attest, that's very much in canon with the character it's based off of. So,
Yep.
money ain't an object.
I don't see that armor in the roll 20, so at least like maybe not looking for it, right?
Well, I see adamantine armor, but I don't see a breakdown of kinds of armor. Basically, it's the same stats as your actual scale mail, but you no longer can take a critical hit.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's good.
adamantine's
No
dope.
shit.
Like
It's
the
fucking
trade-off is
dope.
that you don't get any like additional buffs. Like it's not +1 or anything like that, but it's kind of
Hell
nice
yeah.
that critical hits aren't criticals.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's a plus.
Matt, can you give Vendel some adamantine robes? I mean, like weave some of that shit in there.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I
Could
do
I,
crit on you a lot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Could I
You
edit my
do.
scale mail right now, or I don't see the way to type it or
Let me
add
see.
it into it?
Yeah, you can probably edit the one you got in there now.
Yeah, down on your character sheet, there should be. I mean, if you just rename it on there, adamantine scale armor, it's fine. Or scale mail, and then yeah, you should be able to type.
Yeah, I'm able to change the name. And
There
it
you go.
said it ignores critical hits.
Yeah, ignores critical hits. So
That's
yep. Anytime I crit on you, unfortunately,
That is fucking dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be normal now. So
Wow. And what does it matter? We don't ever fight. We avoid every single fight
that's
thrown at us.
That's the fun part. You guys are buying armor and weapons for fights you never fight.
Yeah.
But
in
when
case.
we do fight,
One of these days,
we had to
there's
fight.
gonna be a fight.
We had to fight those two big soldiers in that armor. So yeah,
Yeah.
we couldn't get away
That's
no matter
true.
how hard we try.
That's true. We
He
did
said
jump out windows and everything.
He said we.
I had to shove that fight down your throats and out a few windows, though, and through a wall.
I also think it's funny when you explained at the beginning of the episode that we defeated them and ran away. No, we ran away and then had to defeat them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, it was already canon well before this that they're very fast. Like they're freight trains.
Oh yeah.
They'll catch up to you at some point. You don't want to be in the way when they do, but
I mean, I went as far as tackling Finn out of a window to avoid that fight, and it still didn't work. Still
I'd
didn't
like to point
work.
out that is one of the funniest moments of this campaign so far.
It was great.
I actually had to listen to it again just so I could listen to Matt go, "Fuck no, I'm not gonna let him punch me out this window."
That was my introduction to my
Are
girlfriend.
you gonna let that happen?
Telling her what
No.
I do with this, I made her listen to that episode, and she fucking died when she got to that part. Like, you guys jumping out the window and landing in the garden and shit, that was hilarious. But him getting tackled out of it, I'm like, no, stop.
Nope.
Yeah,
I got you, buddy. That's funny.
All right. But,
Yep.
yeah, you now have adamantine armor. Anyone else have anything that they want from Disa?
Her number.
Oh snap!
Oh, you have it.
Sweet.
We're staying at the Jester, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she tells me that too before they leave.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. But as you guys are wrapping up, you step outside of Disa's smithy. It is darker now, very much. Like, there's not a lot of sun left up in the sky. Like, it's like 7 or 8 now at this point. Finn, you kind of realize, but by the time you get back to the ash lot, it'll be, like, full dark. So.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. That'll be perfect timing. Oh wait, shit. We're gonna go up to the north slopes, right? To check out the fucking temple ruin.
For the
Yeah,
full
let's
moon
do that.
Thing. Yeah, we can do that.
I mean, Ashlot's not going anywhere. The ghosts are there late, so we'll just swing down. But yeah, let's get like fucking street food and go to the North Slopes and check out that temple.
Okay.
Sounds pretty dope.
All right, you guys head through the Lowgate District into the Bridgegate District and out through the North Wall. Circling around a little bit, just kind of noticing this is an area of the city you haven't seen yet. Finn, obviously you're familiar with it. North Slopes has a real bad reputation. There's a big hill right at the merging point of the walls right above North Slopes. So the slopes kind of get shit on literally in a few spots. It's not the nicest neighborhood. It's actually kind of the dingiest, in fact. If there is a true slum to the city, it's North Slopes. But you do pass by the one reputable establishment in North Slopes, which I had it written. I think it was the Yellow Goblet, Yellow Goblet, which you're also aware is famous for being haunted.
Like Ghost Bar.
Yeah, basically Ghost Bar.
I forgot that's in Zach's game. We're playing Waterdeep. We have a ghost bartender at our Ghost Bar. We call it
Nice.
Ghost Bar.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
But you guys make your way down there. By the time there's not a whole lot of city surrounding you at this point, so you're actually able to see very much. There is a full moon out tonight. It's starting to get high in the sky. Garuk, as the moon starts getting higher and higher, you start hearing the bell noise again. And it seems to be getting louder as you go deeper into North Slopes.
Awesome.
Nobody else hears this, by the way. Only Garuk hears the bell.
Oh, great.
Um,
Now I'm looking like
is
I'm going
Groot
insane.
acting normal? Or is Groot
Does he react to this?
Yeah, Garuk,
Yeah.
do you react to this?
I'll start messing with my ears a little bit more.
It's more like, do you not react to it?
Finn,
Am I?
Finn, you'd see the ears messing with the ears a
Yeah.
little bit.
Have I seen this, fucking with the ears behavior before?
Not in Garuk, no.
Okay. But she looks shifty.
I mean, she's usually pretty shifty to begin with, but yeah, maybe a little more so than usual. A little, almost not quite twitchy, because it's hard to be twitchy when you notice a lot of sudden and shifty behavior in her. But if Twitchy had a cousin named Twitchy,
yeah.
Then,
You're
yeah.
twitchier than normal.
yeah, maybe a little twitchier than normal. Just occasionally checking the ears and stuff. But
Groot, what's wrong? Did somebody walk across your grave?
No. You know that dagger that I got in the game?
Vaguely.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ringing like crazy right now.
It's not doing shit.
ringing.
100% untrue.
Ringing.
You
Excuse me?
hear it ringing. It is making no sound. Unless it's like a dog whistle.
I don't know. All I
What's
know
the
is
stat?
it's ringing, and it's pointing
Uh,
to, what was it, northeast corner?
Has that ever done it before?
it was northeast. Do you pull the dagger out right now?
Yes, I pull it up.
As you pull the dagger out, the dagger, the little beam of light on the edge of the dagger that's been, it was almost acting like a compass as you were moving around in your room. It's pointing straight ahead of you on the road you're heading towards this temple ruin that Finn's been leading you towards.
Oh, lovely. And can they see the light pointing off the dagger?
It's not quite pointing off. It's more like I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it. Almost like a gleaming edge to the dagger.
Okay.
There's a little spot on the very edge of the dagger that just kind of moves, almost like a compass point. Whenever you move the dagger around, so it's always pointing at that on the way that you're currently heading.
Okay.
Do we see this light?
Yeah, you do see the light on the edge of the blade pointing the direction you guys are heading.
Oh, I see that. But you said it's ringing?
Yeah, it's got a ring to it. Apparently, I'm the only one that can hear it.
Nice.
Okay, and it's going.
Cool.
Though it's pointing the way that we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Has this ever done this before?
Last night was the first night I did it.
What'd you do whenever it happened?
I walked over to the window, pointed it out. It was pointing to the northeast at that time. and didn't really want to do anything, so I just put it back in its scabbard and put it back in my belongings.
And stopped ringing.
Nope. I was able to
Oof.
slip through it, but nope.
You
it
just
kept
fucking
ringing.
slept with it ringing in your ear.
That sounds
Yep.
unpleasant.
It was very unpleasant.
Garuk, you are a special person. I don't know how you do this crazy shit you do, but how did you sleep? I don't know. You make me nervous, Garuk.
So, I mean, what's this
Alright.
dagger's deal? Like, we don't know what it is.
I don't know what it does.
Okay. Besides, like, ring inside your head and light up.
Ring inside my head and light up.
Huh.
Did we check this back at
I don't
back
think we
in
had
Corda?
enough identify stuff, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We only had, like, what, like 3 or something? We had 4 things.
And this
Okay.
was one of them that we identified, but
We did identify it?
yes, but the person kept the stuff to herself. On what it does.
Wait, so like, do we know that Tyler did that?
Tyler? Yeah, do we know that?
Like, is that public? Is that common knowledge?
What exactly was it? I'm sorry.
I think, if I recall correctly, it was that she did use the wand of identify on it.
Yes.
And you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she never shared any information about the dagger.
Nope.
So, Tyler?
Yeah, what's it
Oh,
do?
well, shit. I thought I shared that.
No, you kept it to yourself.
You're
Well,
being
I will share
annoyingly
it 'cause
shifty.
I don't think I wrote it down. So I will share it. I read down everything. I don't think I wrote that down.
Well, it was, from what you remember, and I'm sure you're now sharing with the group.
Yep.
Okay, it is a dagger made of pearl white metal that does not reflect light except for moonlight. When in the light of moon, black runes appear on the blade, which I was about to get to. You guys do see the black runes on the blade now. It is a +1 dagger that requires attunement, and when the wielder makes a stealth check at night, they do so with advantage if the moon is out. You get a +10 bonus if it's during a full moon, days 13 through 18 of any month. And yeah, that's what you have.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
As far as the runes on the blade, is anyone here fluent in Celestial?
I believe so.
It's like the one I don't have.
Nope.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
one which
Then the
don't
runes
have.
mean nothing to any of you.
I mean, I'm 200 years old, and I still just all I know is Elvish and Common. I'm not good with languages.
Common's all I
You
got.
get paid enough for that shit.
Yeah. Nope, I don't know it.
So then, yeah, there's a bunch of cool-looking runes in black on the blade. A blade that is otherwise pearl white and only reflects moonlight.
Huh.
And the name, since Taylor would know the name, or Tyler would know the name of it, it's Blade of the Night Walker.
Oh shit! You know what? This is something I should have mentioned before we took our rest. We've got that book too, because Taylor, you read Celestial, right? You were.
No, that was Abyssal.
I know, but that book was an abyssal. You're supposed to be breaking that shit up into 8-hour increments and figuring out what it is. I forgot to mention it though.
Yep, the tome written in High Abyssal.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So yeah, you guys notice the runes on the blade. You're here still in the street, pointing towards what Finn has been leading you towards, this supposedly ruined temple that appears full in moonlight.
Cool.
I mean, it would have been cooler if you saw it before this, in hindsight.
Yeah, this looks really
Finn, you're aware that if they try
pretty
to go through the
incredible.
door or something, it
Oh,
just
for sure.
the illusion fades.
Yeah, like, I'll jump into it, jump back out of it.
Yeah, as you guys approach you guys approach the ruin. It does look like it's not a very big temple. I mean, it's something like you'd see almost like maybe a large village. Simple stone room or stone building with like a little steeple. Looks like it's just one chamber in there where someone might congregate. But yeah, the doors are closed and Finn just jumps right through the door, like passes without any issue. Garuk, as you're now within like 20 feet of this temple, that ringing in your ear gets louder and louder.
Awesome.
And as you check the blade, trying to see like why it's making more noise, it starts vibrating a little bit in your hand.
Well, that's even cooler.
Like, can we see it vibrating?
Yeah, is it like noticeable?
Yeah, I'd say you notice just enough that it seems to be reacting. You don't hear any of the noise that Garuk hears with this thing, but you do kind of notice like there's a bit of an off like vibration to it. Finn, I think your observation thing also gives you passive insight, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You, being kind of a native and having messed with this place a few times, you notice there's kind of a notch in the left part of the illusion. Oh, there she is. Okay, she's back. Like where the door is on the door frame itself, it's supposed to be stone, but it's obviously an illusion. But the door frame itself it's actual stone, like it does exist in real life. It's part of the ruin. There's a notch, and as you kind of look at the dagger that's vibrating in that notch, it kind of clicks in your head a little bit.
Huh. It's like the same size as the notch.
It looks like it might be.
Whoa. Hey. I think that knife came off of this thing.
What?
Like that crack in the rock is the same shape as that knife.
That is incredibly astute.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see it?
I'll go over. Wait, I can't? Wait, I'm so fucking lost.
No, I mean, like you didn't notice it? Like normal people don't notice stuff like that?
Yeah. That's fucking weird.
So it's,
What are you guys doing?
Is it ringing in your ear group?
Louder. A lot louder.
You're talking like you're talking like
Can
a
you-
5-year-old with headphones on right now. You're like,
Can you?
it's a lot
Yeah.
louder.
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself think? Is it that bad?
It's starting to interfere with it at that point.
Yeah.
Like it's getting there.
Like
Yeah.
like I'll point at the little crack, like put it back or take it farther away. Like if it's getting louder, like back up. It's probably not a good sign.
What are you doing with it, Garuk?
I don't want to do the opposite. I'm just going to stick it in the crack, see what happens.
Oof, not
Okay.
the first time he said that.
Alright. You stick the dagger into the crack that you find, and as soon as you stick it in, you hear a click. You suddenly watch almost like a flash of moonlight around the temple itself, as the dagger slowly turns while lodged into this crack. So that it is now horizontal, so the blade's sideways. You now see on the doors to the temple itself, almost like a glowing white rune that's oddly familiar and somehow not to you, Garuk. You're recognizing it as something very similar to the sign of the Brotherhood, but off a little bit. As you kind of look at it, like, normally your sign of the Brotherhood that you've seen before is a black hand with a white circle and black interior on it. This is a black hand with a crescent moon on the palm of this hand. So it's just enough. But you watch this, flash of moonlight around the temple, and the blade suddenly ejects, and you're able to pull it free. The ringing and the vibration have completely stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, you're suddenly caught off guard a little bit as you hear the door creak open to the temple when there wasn't a door there previously.
Huh. Ghost doors shouldn't open or creak.
to go in or not to go in?
Well, you stuck the thing in the hole. You might as well go in.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Might as well. Okay.
All right. With that, you open the door a little bit and you step inside. Does anyone follow?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll stay close.
Yeah.
Peeking in.
Okay.
I mean,
You guys-
as long as like Groot didn't disappear, or, like catch on fire, or explode.
Nope. She takes a few tentative steps into the front area of this temple. The second door also opens as well, and you guys are able to step inside. It's a temple. There's several different pews on each side of a main row, leading up to almost like a raised little stage with kind of a broken statue. You're not able it's excuse me. The form of the statue appears female in nature, but where the head would be, it's been completely replaced by what appears to be a full moon. Just a round sphere imitating the markings of the moon's face itself.
Oh.
And it seems to almost glow with a soft moonlight to it.
That was the first time this happened.
Garuk, you see, since you're the first one walking in there, there's 6 rows of pews on each side, leading up to this, step with the statue on it. At where the step, it's like 3 or 4 feet high. There is a spot with a little pedestal with a handprint on it, very similar to something that you had to do when you're going through your initiation in the Brotherhood.
All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just slowly walk up there.
Okay. You're now standing before the pedestal with the handprint in it. You also do notice that the handprint on this, it's not the same as the one you previously had used. Once again, it's that just difference in symbol. Instead of being a black handprint with the white circle and black interior, it's just a black hand with a crescent moon in the palm of it.
And I put my hand on that hand.
The pedestal glows with soft moonlight before you hear another click as the pedestal drops into the floor, as well as part of the step and stage in front of you, leading to a staircase underneath the statue.
Are we going down the creepy staircase?
I'm going down the creepy staircase.
Hell yes, we are.
This looks super sketchy.
Dude, I lived
Anyone
here for
else?
like
So-
18 years and this shit never fucking happened. This is fucking cool.
So Finn and Garuk are in. How about the other 3?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna take the tail end though. I'll go in the back.
All right. With that, you guys form up your party and begin heading down the stairs into a dungeon of a temple that shouldn't have existed in the first place. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good. So I'll end the recording here. So,
Yep.
yeah, we'll stop the recording here. And thanks for watching if you watched.